Hey, Andrea, my love, how are you? Girl, it's been a day. Well, actually, I'm just starting mine, so I can't even complain. I can't complain. I ain't done a daggone thing. My days never start till the end of the evening. Let me drop the link, girl. Let me drop the link. Because we definitely got some weird stuff going on here that I am hoping we can actually come to the conclusion of some things, which I don't think so, but it's been some stuff in the streets since yesterday. All since yesterday. So I was thinking this, when we were talking about the bipolar situation and basically blaming the situations that were created on bipolarness, I just was like, okay, that can't be it. I know it's not that. Hello, sugar.
Hey.
How you feeling today?
Good. How you feeling?
Girl, I'm up and moving. If I can do that, then I'm a happy sister.
I had to go take care of my client real quick. Now I'm back at
Hey,
home.
ain't nothing wrong with that. You gotta do what you gotta do. Let me get this little man off of here. He was so funny when I saw him on the thing. I was like, oh, that's so cute. He ain't gotta be that cute.
Okay.
But yes, I was literally looking up the definitions. I took psychology, and
Okay.
since that was not my field, I didn't
Mhm.
really get into it too deep. And of course, I have a daughter that's studying to be a psychologist, and that's the youngest one. So we can't hit her for any information yet, but
Oh, okay.
we can all see. And like I said, I took psychology, and this is why the whole story just wasn't adding up. Now,
Mhm.
I don't know if you saw Simply Trey's. Now, this is how the breadcrumbs fell yesterday. Hey, Oasis. The breadcrumbs fell yesterday. Thank you, love. I appreciate you, Ever Oasis. I do, I do, I do, I do. And I thank you. Child, we trying to sum up some of these responsibilities, some of these actual definitions on what's going on. Because I think a lot of people um, are self-diagnosing,
Mhm. Mhm.
and when they self-diagnose, then they can pretty much tell you whatever. And if you don't take the time to go look it up, you're not gonna know. You have to basically take their word for it.
I
And
agree with that because I have one example. Okay, let me tell you something.
mm-hmm.
My ex-husband was saying, something wrong with you. My kids was trying to tell me, something wrong with you. You
Oh
got
yeah,
bipolar. You got bipolar. So you know what? I said, okay. Because they kept saying it. I want to see a therapist. She said, Dre, you ain't bipolar. You're just a
okay,
little angry. You're a little angry. Okay, let's
okay.
work on that. Let's
And this
work
is
on
y'all
that.
fault. I ain't bipolar. Y'all the problem.
So she
Shucks.
so she told me, and I've been with her about 3 years. She was like, "You just a little angry." And when they do stuff, especially my kids are playing my ex husband and me against each
All
other.
against each other.
And so when they do stuff, I flip out. And see, my ex husband is a passive aggressive behavior. See, he be
Ah,
saying, Andrea, that's crazy. She acting out. And then he be sitting there saying,
this
I
is
didn't do
y'all
nothing
fault.
to her.
I ain't bipolar.
Yeah, he said I didn't do nothing to her. So my
Uh,
therapist said that it is I'm not bipolar. It was just I was a little angry, and
oh,
so that's why I was flipping out.
oh, I mean that's normal.
Yes.
That does he know how we women have so much to handle? That is normal. I would
Yeah.
be worried if you didn't flip out on stuff.
I was crazy. I was crazy. I was standing on cars while it was driving.
Hey, I am with you on. I have done things like they will push you to the point where you have to lash out because if you keep all of that
Yeah.
internalized,
Hmm.
it's gonna really make you into schizophrenic or bipolarism. It's gonna
Yeah.
contribute to any of those things.
Yeah. So I really thought I was losing my mind. And then when I see my therapist, I actually got online and found me an African American therapist who looks like me.
There you
And
go.
she looks like me. And then I've been going to her about 3 years. And what I say now is, see, the old me will cuss
Mm-hmm.
somebody out real quick, get
Yeah,
the cussing folks out. And
left and right.
she have helped me be a better communicator. She have helped me when I feel like I'm being triggered to get off the phone,
Yeah,
tell people have a nice day, and
and
I
keep
use
it moving from
and
them.
keep it moving. And you know, because I've been a foster mom, and I used to like in a minute my little foster kids make me mad. I used to yell.
Yeah,
I don't yell no more. What I say to my kids now is, "You're making me mad," and they already
mhm.
know it's gonna be early bedtime, no TV, no
That's right.
snacks.
That's
So
right. Say, I will pull it all the way in. Y'all don't want to
yes,
go there.
yeah. So it's better. Like I have learned how to communicate way better now
Yeah,
than I
you have
ever
to.
have.
But you
Yeah.
know, I think everybody in the entire world should see a therapist at least once. And you do want to get somebody that you feel comfortable with. I got somebody that looked like me too.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I felt so comfortable with Miss Renee because I
Mhm.
was going through all of the pain parts. You know, when you start getting those really huge pains and you're not sure, or they tell you where it's coming from, your spine needs to be fused and blah blah blah, and it's still not really touching home to like what do you mean? And you've got these huge pains, it will set you into a depression mode. And that's
Mhm.
what was happening. It brought me so far down that I finally got myself up. Let me tell you, I was watching the Today Show one morning and
Mhm.
they were doing a little special and on the signs of Matt Lauer, on the signs of depression. And if
Mhm.
I didn't have 9 of those 10 signs, I said, I better go do something before I jump off a roof somewhere. And
Mhm.
it was the best thing. She helped me to understand my pain. She helped me to
Mhm.
understand things that were repressed from childhood. Uh,
Mhm.
you know, a couple of boys when I was 6 or 7 had molested me. And these things we lock in the back of our minds. We push them back to go along,
Yeah.
to get along,
Yep.
and we push it back and we internalize it, and it caused so much damage in the relationships we get into later.
Yes.
Cause
Yes.
damage. And you know, in order to really find out what's going on, I believe that everybody needs to go talk to a therapist or go get screened, talk to your regular doctor. My
Yes.
regular internists were amazing. They
Mhm.
all work together. You have to ask them to work together for your benefit because this affects not just you, it affects your family, it affects your friends, it affects your job, it affects so much of your life that you got
Mhm.
something to help yourself. But now you know, black people, it was a taboo pretty much.
Oh
Oh
my
yeah,
God. My girlfriend used to say, Dre, go get some help. I said, I am not crazy in the mind.
that's
Okay.
right,
And that's the first thing they say. You're crazy in the mind. She was like, you need to because I was depressed. I lost my job
right.
and we had to move out of our house into an apartment. And that whole year, my kids was like, Mom, get out of bed. I stayed in bed for a whole year.
Yeah,
I would just get them up and get them dressed for school, help them do their homework, but I would get back in bed.
get
It
right
was
back in bed. That was your safe spot, your safe place.
yes.
I was the same way. I just do what I got to do, get back. I wouldn't even go to the doctor. Hey,
Mm-hmm,
777
yes.
777. How are you, my dear? Girl, we in here talking about depression and the different signs and the different types of mental disorders that are more common among everybody. And you have to learn how to self-diagnose it. Now, of course, we have in our sector the biggest, I guess, teachable moment of this, I guess, of my life because you know we doing everything for QB, and I'm glad that he gonna be back. Let him take a rest and come on back and hang out with us and do messy Mondays and you know the Fridays and his little interim kikis. I was so glad to see his video this morning. Very glad. So he will be back. And in the meantime, now we all know what transpired between Brother Jay and his interview um, of Wiley, and then QB came on and, basically told Wiley how he was lying. Now, Wiley loves to blame a lot of his issues on being bipolar. I do not I didn't think it when he was actually saying it, because you can't use that as a trump card for everything. And when you look at the different things that he actually does to people, this man is literally just kind of tormenting people for no reason. And I can kind of see how he's doing it. I can definitely see, because I don't believe he's bipolar. Bipolar has an entirely different definition as opposed to what he's actually doing. And let me put it up here, because I was definitely researching. I was not playing, because I knew you can't just pick a place or pick a illness and blame everything on that. That to me is just not even it. So I was looking up bipolar and everything. And now I knew that bipolar, him crying bipolar, couldn't really explain what he was doing, because bipolar disorder, it says that it's a mental illness marked by extreme mood swings from highs to low. They call that the manic period and the very depressed period. And the highs are periods of mania. And that's when you are grandiose and you kind of, everything is about you and you're just loud and you're this, that, and the other. You're not trying to do something to somebody. It's all about you. The hell with everybody else. And then when you get down to the lows, you're so depressed and you feel so deflated that you don't want to do anything. You don't want to be a part of anything. Everything is the worst thing in the entire world. And it's not just that you're sad. It's just that the world is coming to an end because of this. Have you know people like that? Andrea, you with us, boo? Oh, we done lost Andrea. She'll be back. So I've seen people with bipolar disorder, real bipolar disorder. They're not the type of people that are out to get other people, while I'm sure that they can be. But I've never seen it or heard of bipolar people setting out to do something intentionally to harm somebody, because it's all about them. It's all about their highs and their mania, and it's all about their lows. Yep, I see you, love.
Okay. I don't know what happened.
All this time.
You feel me? Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have my laptop next week. Okay,
And
but
you know how it is when people be calling. You be like, "What do you want now?" And I'm sure I put my ringer down. We can see if I can hear QB in the background laughing before it's over with. Do you know anybody who has bipolar, or you seen people who have the symptoms?
you know what? Since I deal with the foster care system,
Right,
I do know some kids who got bipolar, and they take medicine and stuff, like they have manic episodes. But
right,
you know what I find, since I am talking about the
hmm
mental health issues,
right,
I find that our African American children
yeah,
don't we cannot find therapists who look like them.
right. There
And
are no
that is,
children.
that is one of my major I'm going through right now, looking for an African American therapist for one of my children, and we cannot find a therapist who look like her.
Right.
And
Maybe it's very rare that you see a lot of black young female psychologists or psychiatrists.
yeah, hold on 1 minute, okay?
Sure, darling. It is important to find a therapist that you can really identify with. Um, like we were saying earlier, both Andrea and I feel real comfortable with women that are our age, that are African American, that we feel can identify with us and can give that objective opinion, but also understand the struggle of how we got to that point. having.
Okay. I'm sorry. That was my other client on the phone.
Oh, that's a good. You gotta make your money. You're not mad at all.
Okay.
Make
So
your
yeah. Yes. So it's hard trying to find a therapist for the African American
Yes,
community,
yes,
and you know they try to tell the white people how they really feel, but they shut down after a certain point.
they
Then they
do.
want to say she can't be helped, and we want to close her case. I was like. The child still got some issues.
How can you be a medical professional and say, "Oh, I can't help you. Sorry." I mean, really?
Ban. I'm going.
How
Man,
do
you
you
know,
live with yourself after just casting a person off?
man, it's crazy. And then they say, some of the African American therapists said they don't take Medi-Cal or Medicaid.
Oh, good G.
You know,
Yeah,
see,
a lot of them don't like to take Medicaid because they feel like they're not going to get paid,
you'll get paid. Yes, yes.
or they don't
So
want to take the reduced amount. When I worked at
yes.
the Center for Pain, which is a pain medication, well, a pain place, chronic pain location, and they did not want to take the people who really needed it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the one
Mm-hmm.
thing I loved about working there is the fact that they not only did the pain medications and administered those and everything, but we had a psychiatrist on staff, and it was just so cool, especially for those of us who work there and who have dealt with depression, and me especially dealing with the chronic pain and the arthritis going throughout my spine from my deformity from birth. And you have to put that into a perspective of being able to deal with it. And it seems though she was, of course, not African American, and
Mm-hmm.
she wasn't my age, but at least she was there to kind of assist other people. And she would give you a referral out if you found somebody you wanted. That was
Mm-hmm.
never a problem. But I love the fact that they did at least attempt to
Mm-hmm.
have a therapist or psychiatrist actually on staff to be there to help the patients. And I always loved that. I hated when she left because the whole
Mm-hmm.
practice just fell apart. But
Oh
it was
wow.
an amazing practice because, I mean, yeah, they definitely overprescribed some stuff, because if you weren't hooked on drugs when you got there, you were when you left.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, 100%. If you don't start taking morphine and hydromorphone and Oxycontin and everything before, oh, you will be doped up when you leave. I can promise you that. Absolutely. But now that bipolar situation, and you got
Mm-hmm.
those young kids, and how old? What's the age range of the kids?
I have 6 to 11.
Oh gosh, that's hard because one, it's hard to
Mm-mm.
identify with that age period.
That's easy. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Taking them teenagers is the worst, girl.
Oh yeah, the teenagers got game now. They
Yeah,
got
yeah. I don't have. So I have a limit. I know I do school age children because they go to school all day, and so my age group is from
okay. Hey,
11, and I'm
yeah.
adopting two. I'm adopting two next year in
Oh,
November.
congratulations.
Yes. So yes.
Congratulations. I've been doing this since I was 14. And while I love children, I do not want to ever see one that I have to take care of again. I am so very sorry about that. It just can't
You
work.
know what? It's funny because I have 7 siblings. I'm a twin, and my
Uh,
mom and dad has 7 kids, and so I'm used to my house being full with children. And when I got married, you thought you going the husband, the 2 kids,
oh,
and
yeah.
I wanted for the white picket fence.
Oh, yeah.
You
The
had a
rose
dream.
colored glass of you.
Yeah. So I ended up getting divorced, and I always wanted more kids, and so
Mhm.
I have a brother. It's a brother and a sister,
Oh,
and with my 2 kids, I was always working 2 or 3 jobs, try to take care of. And
right.
now I'm able to. I have a jobs that I can just be at home when the kids are at home,
Isn't
and when
that a
they go.
blessing?
Yes, and I can take my kids on vacation and
Yep.
don't have to worry about bills being paid. And we go on,
Right.
we go to Disneyland. We going to Santa Cruz for spring break, and
See?
So I feel like it's a second time to be a
Right?
better mom.
777. I am all for that. I don't know what a vacation is. What the hell is that?
What?
You go somewhere, and I've always had kids like right there, and I've never been able to just go away. So now that I have just my mom that I'm taking care of,
Uh,
um, eventually one day I will go on to, I guess, my permanent vacation where I'm going to leave the state, child. I'm going to Texas. I'm already scheming to get to San Antonio and find me an apartment. I done already put in apps. I'm not playing.
Laura, you have to have self-care for yourself, because let me tell you why I say that.
Mhm.
My mom raised all her kids and being a grandmama too, with all seven
Right.
kids, and she never took time for herself. So
Hmm.
when she passed away, I made a vow to myself, and I was already doing it when I was divorced and stuff.
Hmm.
I was already going on vacation. I would tell my ex-husband I'm going on a 7-day cruise. Here's the kids. Here they cards. Here they
Right.
insurance cards. And so I've always took care of myself. And so now that I'm able to go on the cruise next year,
Ooh.
I'm going to vacation, but I still
Uh,
do. I still do take my kids on a vacation, and that is their vacation. It's all about them. But I still believe you should take a self-care vacation for you.
yes, just for me.
I
But
don't care. I
I
don't care
don't
if you
know
go to.
what I would do. I have been with children and responsibilities from from the time I popped up pregnant at 14.
Mhm.
And I've never had just a me moment where it's just me and about me. So I'm very selfish right now. I am so selfish that my oldest son, they wanted me to get the grandson from school every day and all. While I
Mm-mm.
love him dearly, I thought school was behind me. I don't want to pull up in another parking lot, elementary, junior high, middle school, whatever, high school. I really don't. I am very, very selfish. And I think he got offended. But I'm like, dude, you came when I was 14. No. You
Well, take yourself to the spa. As long as if you go that for yourself.
oh yes, now I do love a spa. Oh God, yeah.
Hmm.
I
Do that for yourself.
I love coming out smelling like brown sugar and mango after I've been
Hmm.
rubbed to death with all my fatness.
Okay.
I even
Just
tip
do
them
that.
extra 20. I'd be like, child, I know that was a lot of ass. Go here, go extra 20. I know that was X amount of ass. So here go an extra 20. You go right on
Hmm.
ahead and do your thing. But yeah, now I will treat myself because that's why I'm being so selfish because I don't want to fall back into any type of depression. So
Hmm.
when I went to get evaluated, I found out that I suffer with seasonal depression. And
Mm.
seasonal depression, of course, when the wintertime comes and there's not a lot of sun, then it really, really, it will bring me down. I don't know why I'm feeling down until I say, oh, dummy,
Laura, hold on, 1 minute,
baby,
okay?
sure. So
Hello.
777, you've been going on vacation too,
Hi.
girl. Sooner or later, I'm gonna figure out what that is. But I'm so stingy that I'll probably be there like, why am I paying this for this room when I got my own room at home?
Okay, I'm not at home. I'm at the doctor's appointment. Can I call you back in the afternoon
A
like my planner?
vacation to me is just being by myself with my own stuff
Okay, I will.
and not sharing
Bye.
and not having nobody look for me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Child, you got business to take care of. That is no problem.
I got 2 phones running. This is a lot.
Yes, honey. This is why I started working at home too. And I started doing the call center thing. So
Uh-huh.
I found a real good group that I love working through. Of course, we don't
Mhm.
work for, work through. And they have so many different opportunities. And I took the
Oh.
roadside client, which is a Zero. And they also have Disney Cruise Lines. They got a lot of different ones
Hmm. Hmm.
into it and all. And I love that company. And it's so cool. I make my own hours and pick up which ones I want. let me this is what when I show people this. This is what I generally show them. Because when you go into it and I give you like the rise.com, you see the very small part of the actual situation or what it is. So you see behind the scenes and you don't see the big thing about it. So the bigger part of it is the actual jobs that are up there. And so nobody gets to see that, the opportunity board. Where you at, opportunity board? There we go.
Don't sleep.
And there we go. Let's pull that up real quick. So right now they've got, of course, when you open up their page, they've got the Princess Cruise Lines. And I mean, and it's cool. You go to school for like 30 days with them. You pay for the class, and then you're certified to work with them, period. So you can always work for that company. They've got Ajero is who I work through here. And they are the ones that do the roadside assistance. They've got Intuit. They've got Comcast and Airbnb, which is expensive as all get out because you got to buy all your own equipment. And there's the Princess Cruise Lines, the Carnival Cruise Lines, the Holland America Cruise Line.
Not working.
I mean, you can make some serious money because you just home answering the phone.
TV not working.
Wait a minute, look at this. Cinch Home Services. I didn't check that one out. Hey, I've worked for the Home Depot. I've worked for Sears.com. I've worked for T-Mobile. I've worked for Orkin. I've worked for Walgreens for a long time and was a supervisor with them. Who else? I've done so many of them. But once you're certified for them, you go through the class real quick, you get your thing, and you're all done. You are all done. And let's see. Let me show you this part of it because this will show you the actual information. And I know we're supposed to be talking about what you call it, but this is something that so many people don't see. And this is when I do consultations for people who want to get into it, I show them everything. The base rate is the company you work for. Either you can make your own company, or either you can go work under or through someone else's company. And they'll tell you the base rate, which is usually about 11 an hour. Generally, it's about 11 an hour, 5 or 5.50 every half hour because they do it in intervals of half hours. They have classes, the time that it's offered, and they have phases. So these are the small phases you do, and once you're done with it, you're done. You are absolutely able to work with them. This one, which I'm thinking about going into and adding to my is, let's see, 24 hours a day, all year long, 7 days a week, which means you can work in the middle of the night if you want to. You can work in the daytime, early morning now. And this is the home services. So I'm definitely, okay. I see I'm gonna be working two companies. I've done that before. You can definitely wear yourself out. Doing that, but it's cool. I mean, I love to do that. This tells you everything you got to do. The very first time that I started actually working, I was doing TurboTax, and the first customer cussed me out. Oh my God, I cried and I cried. I hung up the phone on the customer and I cried. And my husband said, if you don't go back in there, don't let nobody cuss you out and cry. It's okay. So I got to give him props where props is. He was decent. And, also, so look back to the topic at hand. I digressed terribly at that point. Back to the topic at hand. Also, other than seasonal depression, I was also had anxiety disorder, social anxiety disorder. As social as I can be, as people friendly as I am, There
Uh-huh.
are times when I get anxious around people, and
Mm.
I'm scared to step out. And I think that's what kept me from pushing my channel, before the end of last year. Watching
Okay.
yes and all, child,
Uh-huh.
that was scary. That was scary. But more people need to go and get screened and just talk to a doctor, do something. Find somebody that you can actually relate to. I mean, you're not going to relate to everybody, but there's
Yeah.
a shortage of young black, well, of female psychiatrists and psychologists because they're overworked trying to help those in the black community. They're
But the
overworked.
problem is, the problem is, I think us in the black community always, you always had that uncle's like, he a little crazy, but we always said it was crazy, but the new word that we use now is mental health issues.
Right,
And we never, and in the black community, your mama always say, go to church and pray. No, sometimes you need a therapist to talk to. You need somebody
exactly.
else. You might need medication. So
Yeah.
prayer, go, it's nothing wrong with praying, don't get me wrong, because I do pray,
Oh,
but sometimes
absolutely.
you need somebody else to help you. And like I was seeing mine every week, to
Yep.
just to
You
help.
find that balance.
Yes, I'm like when my girlfriend, I was like, I'm going to see my therapist today. I got plenty to talk about with her, and after I talked to her, I was calm, I was good.
Right.
Next week, I could tell her what happened, and how she had helped me, But us in the black community, and it took me a long time to go see a therapist, and because I was like, I ain't crazy,
Yeah.
no, no, but now mental health is real, it's
Oh,
really
yes,
real.
it is.
It's really real.
And there's still so many people that will not or don't want to understand and don't want to be labeled. Because, our counterparts, the Caucasian persuasion, they had no problems signing up for the mental health. They knew something won't right. They needed to go talk to somebody. And of course, at that time, mainly when they first started with all of that, there were only white psychiatrists. They were only
Yes.
white. So
Yes.
we got kind of stuck with the people that didn't look like us, didn't sound
Mhm. Mhm.
like us, didn't
Mhm.
understand the struggles that we went through as us, and it made us stay away.
Yes. That is true. That is definitely true.
Hmm.
I mean, it's definitely true. So I mean, I don't, man, I just think, and I feel like Wiley is using his claim of bipolar to
Yeah.
get out of that case in the library.
Yep.
The things that he do. I mean, I have seen people who got bipolar, and they don't maliciously try to hurt somebody.
That's
He's
true.
malicious. He's maliciously trying to destroy a man's life. He's maliciously trying to destroy about a man's status. He's maliciously
Yep.
trying to say a man gave him something.
That's
And
true.
you damaging somebody's character. You're making
Absolutely.
it's like, and it's a problem for me to be on a secret page like Patreon and
Yeah.
pay for that, because you too should shut that down. If you violating somebody's rights or bullying, because that's cyberbullying to me.
Absolutely.
You
It
you should
is.
get shut down.
It absolutely is. I mean, because but see, those aren't the traits. What he's doing, those are not bipolar traits. Not
Mm-hmm.
at all. And then when I started looking up even more stuff, that I was thinking, is it borderline personality disorder? But then when I said, now it shows that it's borderline personality disorder is the mental disorder which is characterized by unstable moods, behavior, and relationships. So that didn't fit the bill either. For
But
the
don't that sound like somebody we know, aka Kiki?
okay, yes,
Okay, I'm
yes.
just asking.
Yes, and I did see her video earlier, and that simply trade some recordings that have been snipped out.
Oh yeah,
That
I seen that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that can be very manipulated. I hope it wasn't, but it can be very manipulated, and unless someone else has the same recording, they can't tell where it's been snipped or changed or pushed together. So I kind of take it with a grain of salt, and I really didn't want to think like that about First Lady Kiki because I like Kiki. I like it.
Uh,
I just do.
I've been noticing. I've been noticing her strange behavior. She's
Did
been acting.
you?
Yeah, she's been acting like a scorned woman. And yes, yes, I've
Okay.
been knowing her. I've been. Let me tell you something. I'm 45.
Right.
I know when somebody's behavior is a little cuckoo, and
Hmm.
hers has been with QB with that. Remember I called in and told him he need to let her go.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah. Yeah. He was. I mean, she did seem quite unstable, but I kept thinking it was an act. That's what
Okay,
I.
well, when I first started noticing, I thought it was I did,
Mhm.
but but when she went on that marathon or on everybody's channel, I said,
Yeah.
okay, something is definitely wrong with her, and
Yeah.
I can't put my finger on it, but I know something is not right.
Yeah. That was too much. I couldn't figure out. I mean, just because somebody unmod you is not a reason to go into
Mm-mm.
hyperdrive.
No,
I didn't.
because you ain't getting paid. You ain't getting paid to
Yeah.
mind, girl.
Getting paid. You want somebody else's platform just, helping out. It's not a paying gig, even though I've heard that some mods get paid, which I still don't understand. Um, but I guess, somebody's doing a service for you and you feel like you want to pay them. There's nothing wrong with that. I just feel it's a little, I mean, I thought this was a help, but then again, YouTube is changing. It's not just about helping people or talking to people. It's about making that money, that AdSense check. It's about making them coins, and it's changed.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't get mad because somebody else is somebody's platform. You can't get mad because he said he gonna take his mom's pick. That's his own platform. He runs that,
Exactly.
and I felt like she was trying to control his platform.
Yeah, trying to make it more about her. It did seem
Yes,
like that. It
yes.
really did. And I didn't like it. I really
Mm,
didn't like it. I
I
didn't
didn't
feel
like
it
it
was my
either.
place to say anything. But, QB had to put a stop to that if that's what he wanted.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it
And
just,
that's why I sat back, and then finally, when he decided to get rid of her, that's when I spoke up because I've been watching, and I didn't say anything
oh, yeah,
because I'm gonna observe. I'm gonna keep watching and keep watching, and then
right.
when he said he was finally tired, that's when I told him I'm
Yeah,
happy that she got rid of him. Because
yeah.
I can't make you can't make folks do anything. They have to see things for themselves.
You're right, exactly. He had to see it for himself because I believe he too wanted to think better of her and everybody. And
Yes, everybody want to give somebody a second chance or maybe
yeah,
a second chance, but at the same time, when you see that they trying to control your platform and take
yeah,
over, that's not gonna work.
that's true. That's
Get
true.
your get your own platform and do your thing.
Yeah. Well, and she has her own platform. She had her own platform. And I see she just made her page back again, even though there's nothing on it. But I can, if
But
you
at the
want,
same time,
yeah. Well, yeah,
she
there's a
wasn't
new one up there now.
being honest with him. She never told
Yeah,
look when you listen. My mama say when you lie about something small, you lying about something big. So you
yeah.
couldn't be honest. You couldn't be honest and tell him who you was. So you was that said something about your character already.
True, true, true. Because you feel like something's not right, and then that other person that you're hiding it from wouldn't approve of you otherwise. So yeah,
So yeah, so if you lied about you could have been honest with him and told him this is who I was on YouTube. This is what happened, so to me he was blindsided by you. You wasn't being honest with him, and so I can't let him. If I had my own platform and say you did that to me and you blindside me, I ain't messing with you. I'm sorry. You should have been honest in the first
yeah.
beginning.
Oh yeah.
Because what else are you lying about? What else are you
True.
not telling the truth about?
Like you said, if you lie about one thing, then you're lying about more.
You lying about more.
And what do you get out of the lie?
And what do you get out of it? I'm like, you on YouTube lying and playing games. You got too much time on your hand because I ain't got too much time to have no troll page. I don't
True.
have time to be. I work 2 jobs. You see my phone is ringing every 5 minutes. That's a lot
Right?
to be on but troll pages. That's a lot to be
Yeah.
lying about who you are. That's you got too much time
Too
on your
much.
hands.
It is too much.
Too
And so
much.
with that now, that when it says that it includes the emotional instability. We witnessed that night when she was really upset about her mom, but yet she was cussing out Lady P. And, you know, we witnessed a lot of that. And it was sad to see because I would never think that she would be so cruel. But you're saying you're sad because your mom's in the hospital with, you know, what's going on with her. But yet you telling people your mama this and your mama that. And I'm like, Kiki, come on, girl. What you doing?
And you know what? The thing is, my parents taught me not to disrespect my elders. I'm sorry. I can say
Right?
how I feel. I can say how I feel, but not be disrespectful because it says something about you as a person when you disrespecting your elders. I am
True.
if me and you disagree and say you older than me, I'm not
Right.
gonna cuss you. I'm not gonna cuss you out. I'm just gonna tell you I disagree with you.
Right. And because we were taught, you know, you respect your elders. Your elders are your
Yes.
elders, period. You respect
Period.
your elders and you keep on moving from there.
It's just like I don't go and people, and this is the thing. I don't know where some people don't have chat etiquette. Chat
Oh
etiquette
God,
is a
yeah.
problem. Chat etiquette is a problem because you should not be going in other people's chats and tearing up their chats. Period.
That seems
Period.
to be a specialty.
It's gonna be a specialty. It's called 101 chat etiquette.
Hmm.
You don't go in
So many
people's chat.
people, they don't
Go
have it and they don't care.
They don't care, and
Nope.
it's like I just find how would you do that in real life? Would you go in somebody's chat and not speak? When I go in somebody's house, I say hello, how you doing
Right?
today? When you go into somebody's chat, you say hello, how you doing? It's like
Exactly.
you just going in there tearing up their chat for what reason? What are you gaining from this?
I think because they, you know, the feelings. One, we can all see that she's impulsive, and not just her, because I believe that Wiley and a couple other people are very impulsive, and
Mm-hmm.
then afterwards they sit back and think about it, and it just, you know, messes it completely up. Um, but that feel, I think she has a feeling of worthlessness. That's pretty much, in my opinion, why she was so attached to VS for a moment. You know,
Well, that tells me it is something missing. It's something missing that you need validation, and it starts with yourself, honey. You can't give I'm not gonna Lori, I'm not gonna let you give me validation. I know who I am in my side. I validate
absolutely.
me every day. I don't need, like, I left home at 22. So
Mm,
when I left home at 22, I was grown. I don't need my mom and dad to tell me what to do or anything like that.
right?
You're grown. It's like when you, and especially when you become a mother, you have to give
Yes.
that self-esteem to your daughter so she
Oh,
can
yes.
know how to be as a woman, as a young woman. And if you don't have it yourself, how you plan to teach it to her?
True. That's true. Because I raised my daughters; they are beasts.
And it's the same thing with a son. Like
Yes.
my son went moving with his dad when he was in the 8th grade because it
Hmm.
was time for him to be a man, and he needed his
Right.
daddy to teach him how to be a man. Because you know that as a parent, okay, I can take it to this level right here, but I
Right.
need your daddy to help me take it to the next level.
Yes. Because after that, when it
Yes,
comes down to it, women cannot teach a boy to be a man. We can
yes,
teach
and
them, what
and
we do teach them is how to be compassionate and how
yes,
a woman, what type of man a woman would want.
yes.
That's how that works. And
Yeah, so yeah,
that's perfect.
that's true. So it's like I only had one son, and I swore I will never lose him to the streets. So I
Hmm.
was like, look, it's he was like, Mom, it's time for me to go. I was like, it hurt my feelings when he left, okay,
Hmm.
but I was like, this is the best thing for you
Yeah.
because and he was a straight A student, not
Yep.
because he was bad. He was a good child, but I was like, it's time for you to go with your dad and your
Yeah.
stepmom because you're gonna be a man. And I want you to be the man that I think what we taught you to be, and he
Mm-hmm.
turned out good. But I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to lose no gang member,
Right.
having no baby early. I
Mm.
didn't want him being by jailhouse, have a criminal record. I didn't want
Yes.
none of that for him.
Absolutely.
So
I mean, so we do what we have to do for our kids.
yes. So I'm seeing is it's something that she has. It's lack of what is it? It's lack of like nourishment as a human being. I think
Yeah.
she's missing that.
And
And
I don't
and
know
and
what
while
happened.
she's on the internet playing games.
That's true. That is true. That I mean, I was wondering because she always keeps saying her husband, her husband, her husband, and you
And
know,
that's weird to me too. That's weird to
yeah,
me too.
I would wonder. But now, when I listened to her live earlier, and she said that she had a baby that had passed, and
Oh,
I was like, oh my God, that too can kind of help push out a lot of things, and that's a loss that you never get over. Never. That's your
mm,
child. You know,
okay,
we give our
okay. So
whole life, we give our lives for our children.
okay, so it's other things that she needs help with.
Yeah, I agree. I would say she needs um probably a little more than a therapist. A therapist is good, but if you're having a serotonin deficiency, if you're having some sort of chemical changes that are making you behave in a certain way, then you need to see the psychiatrist because that's who can actually prescribe the medication that you need.
Yes, yes. I mean, it's that if that's the case, so she's dealing with some death. She needs help with that, and as long as you on the internet playing games and not getting help with that, that's not good for you either.
No, because we all saw what happened with poor VS. And I can't
Yes.
help but say poor VS because in a sense I felt like she was set up to fail.
I'm not gonna say poor. I'm not gonna say poor
Yes.
VS. What I do think is, what I do think all the games that she played on the internet, and that was the main reason I never started my channel because I didn't want to be doxxed because I don't want people
Right.
showing up at my front door. I don't want people knowing where I live.
Right.
My house is private, so people showing me my front door. No, I don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not. But it comes to a point, and it's this my own thinking. This my own personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It comes to a point that are we gonna do better for ourselves and in each other? Because
Yeah.
my mom and dad, in the church house, they teach you to take care of your neighbor. They teach you
Right.
when you go visit the sick. Because I was
That's
born
right.
and raised I was
The
born and
sick
raised in
and
the
the shut
church.
in. That's
Sick
right.
and shut it. So they tell you take care of your neighbor. They don't tell you to dox your neighbor. They don't tell you to
True.
tell your neighbor business. They don't tell you if you on a private conversation, you secretly record my conversation. They don't
True.
tell you. They don't tell you to tell where you're living at. They don't tell you how much money you making. It ain't nobody business except yours. So
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a lack of respect for each other.
Yes.
That's where I think
Total
it's a lack of respect for each other, and sometimes I just feel like it's just not right.
No, it's not right. And the thing that I see is people are trying to use bigger YouTubers like QB, like Five, like Jay Wilson, like the bigger ones, Sean Bradley, even Seven Stars. People are trying to use them to their benefit. And then when
Mm-hmm,
they're done using them,
mm-hmm.
then that's when they go into that, oh, I don't care no more. I'm gonna get in this camp. And if you say something, I'm gonna try to dox you because I know things about you.
Yeah, it's like I don't tell everybody my business because it ain't none of your
Mm-hmm.
business. It ain't none of your business how much money I'm making. It ain't nobody even what car I'm driving, what house I'm living. Because if I'm taking care of my kids, I'm giving back to the world. How about that?
True. That is true. But and now
Because
in my case,
because if
my kids
if I
are grown and gone, so they ain't got no. They can dox me if they want to. All they gonna do is sit outdoors because they ain't coming in.
thank you. And the thing is, if I ain't over here asking for money, cash app, none of that,
Right?
stay out of my business.
That's true. That is
It's like if I'm not asking you for nothing, I'm
yeah,
not begging for nothing. What my
true.
business got to do with you?
Yes,
Because
exactly.
the one thing I do know is, are you over here paying this car note? Are you over
All
here paying this
right.
PG&E? Are you over here paying this rent, this mortgage? Are you over here
I
doing
know.
all that? Are you buying my kids some clothes and shoes?
All right.
Are you buying them school clothes? Are you getting
That's
their hair
right.
braided? Are you paying all these expenses that I got to take care of? Are you buying this $400 worth of food we buy in this house?
Right.
So talk to me if you want to dox me. Talk to me. You want to know what's going on in my house, because are you helping put the money in my house?
All right. And if you really want to put them doxing skills to work, you can find a whole lot of deadbeat daddies out there and make it work for
Thank
help the
you.
sisters
And the,
out there.
and the problem is, my ex-husband and I deadbeat bad. He paid his child support. So do
Mhm.
we get along? It's the only thing you're gonna find out. He ain't gonna tell you about me because they ain't nobody business. He gonna ask you why you want to
Right.
know her business.
That's right.
So my thing and my family ain't gonna let you know my business because they gonna ask you why you want to know her business.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, what do it gain for you doxing somebody into the pour their the skeletons out their closet on the YouTube
Because they're
street?
hoping to find something that will embarrass the heck out of somebody and make them leave YouTube, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of. And I don't
Mm,
like it when anybody tries to dox.
yeah.
It can be our favorite folks. I hate that, when they go to that level, it's like don't do that. You don't
Yeah, so
do that.
yeah, so it's like if I'm not on YouTube begging and asking for money, stay
Mhm.
out my business, because I'm not in the business that pays me. It is not YouTube.
True. YouTube is just that.
It's just
YouTube,
fun. It's
it is
fun.
not all of that.
Yeah.
Thing, but people are making it into more than the entertainment that it is, or that it
Yeah.
was supposed to be.
What it's supposed to be. I mean, and to me, when you start speaking on other people's platforms, do you have anything else better to do? Because I don't worry about what's on Lori's platform today. Today I'm on her platform, but when I leave, when I cut off this StreamYard,
Right?
I don't care what's on her platform, because that's her business. It's her platform.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. People don't want to recognize somebody else's business as being their business, and that's where I think there's so many more people, and probably myself included, and a lot of people included, that have even a slight form of the mental illness things. Hey, Munch Bar, how are you? How you doing? I hope your day's
If
been
if
going well.
if you mind a business that pays you, you will do yourself a good. You will do, because this is the thing. This is the thing. Since she's so interested in doxing people, are
Yeah.
you getting back to your community? Are you helping the Boys and Girls Club? Are you helping African American children? Are you taking a gift down to the children's shelter, the
Right?
women's shelter? Are you going down there and getting them women's shelter needs toiletries? Are you down there giving back?
Nope.
Are you down there giving back to the world?
I believe that that is not their goal to actually help anybody. It's just to, I don't know, build up this persona of who they are. And I kind of agree with Reed Hart Philadelphia when she said that why do people wait until they get into their 30s and 40s to want to come up here and appear to be something that they're not? We're doing good, Munch Bar. We up here discussing some of these um, our favorite content creators and some of the things that are going on. We of course we still talking about Wiley because we are still upset about him and QB, and I still haven't seen him doing any apologizing, which I didn't expect him to do anyway. Because
If
at this
if if
point,
Wiley just focused on his own content and his own show, he'll be doing himself a good service.
oh
And
yeah,
everybody else on the YouTube street too. Do himself a
true.
good service. Just stay on his platform, mind his business, and stop lying and stop spreading lies on people, and just take care of his own platform and mind his business.
Well, when his content starts drying up some, he goes to the content creators and starts using them. So that's why it's like that.
See, but when you like what Nene Leakes say, when you play dirty, you will never win. The reason
Mhm.
QB is popular because he has a nice personality.
Right.
He has a good heart. He's not mean spirit. On his show is Kiki and laugh. Okay, that's
That's
the honest
right.
truth. And then he lets us callers call in and give us opinion.
Exactly.
But the
He's reachable.
person
He's got that disorganized kind of feel. He's
Key can you hear me?
uh-huh. I can sure hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you? Are you able to hear us? Oh, we lost Andrea. She'll be back. She be back. So you said, oh no, what'd you say, much more? You say, oh, you don't watch Wiley. I know, I can't. I can't really watch him either. He was weird when it came to first coming out. When I first really came on the scene, he um he subbed to me, which was strange because I couldn't figure out, why he subbed to me because I didn't know who he was. So when I started watching him, I was like, who is this dude?
Laura, I'm back, but somebody called my phone. I'm sorry.
Of course,
But
don't worry. Don't worry.
but yes, QB is got a nice personality. People are liking him.
Yeah,
His chat is fun. It's fun. We look forward to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday
you
because
sure
it's
do.
fun. He's lighthearted. He ain't always time serious. But don't get me wrong, he do talk about serious topics.
Yeah,
Okay, but at the same time, he's trying to make everybody laugh. I mean, I
yeah,
think it's a distraction for him too.
yeah. It is. I mean, I guess, but it comes with the territory. The bigger you get, the more subscribers, the more scrutiny you get. So if you were already in a fragile state, then the more scrutiny, they're going to bring out the people who really want to try to help you. I mean, hurt you.
But
And
how is anybody gonna trust Wiley when he's always lying and playing games and stuff and
oh
trying to
yeah,
destroy people's lives?
and
Ain't
then
nobody
he
gonna
plays
trust
this
you.
comedy.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna trust you, dude. We're
No,
gonna look at you. We're gonna look at you and give you a kick because something wrong with you. That's what we
yeah,
saying. In our mind, we're all saying something is wrong with you.
yes. And you got those people that are laughing at him, his subs, and not laughing for comedy. And they're laughing at him and how he's doing this, that, and the other to people. They're waiting for somebody to do something to Wiley.
But the
And
thing, the
yeah,
thing that he used when he said entertainment. See, entertainment for me is not dragging somebody down.
yeah,
Entertainment for me when he on the Patreon line about somebody give you an STD, talking about your mama, talking about
right.
your spouse. That's not entertainment. And
No,
if somebody's saying that, I'm gonna start looking at them like, what's wrong with you?
true, true. And like we were saying, you don't know what's holding, say, QB or anybody else together. You don't know how they're
Okay.
coping. And when you take away that coping mechanism, you're
Mm-hmm.
opening the door for more sinister things. But of course, from what I've heard, he wanted to say QB threatened him. That was not a threat. That was a simple, you need to stop before you end up in the grave.
Yes.
That ain't a
And then
threat.
we
Surprise.
watch that show. We watch that show all the time called Snap. One way from snapping on somebody. It,
That's
it, it
true.
don't it don't cause you that much. It does not. You could push somebody over the edge, and it's not. You should not be on YouTube pushing people over the edge, messing with their mental state, messing with their insanity. That's not fair either.
You're right. It's not fair. And Wiley does it with such precision. Now, when it comes to doing stuff like that, I was looking at schizophrenia, but I don't think it's schizophrenia because it says it's characterized by thoughts or experiences that seem out of touch with reality. What he said is not necessarily out of touch with reality or disorganized speech and behavior. Concentration and memory and stuff. So I don't believe he's got any schizophrenia, but sociopath did come to mind. And that is a mental health disorder characterized by the disregard for other people, such as saying you gave them an STD,
Mm.
antisocial personality disorder. But see, that is, what's the word I'm looking for?
But
That goes
remember,
from heredity versus environment.
Well,
It's a,
remember what 5A said last night in her
uh-huh.
live? That Shelly said that Ex Huntington said it could be manipulation.
Absolutely, it's mass manipulation. It's a very heavy. It is, and my son and I talked about it before because he used to say the kids, his younger siblings, were very good at manipulating the situations so that they get what they want, which is everybody. But when it gets to the point where you're disregarding people, you're lying, you're breaking laws, acting impulsively, and you lack regard for their safety or the safety of others. That
Yeah.
that is what I saw that characterized the entire situation of how Wiley does some of these people on YouTube.
YouTube. But
Okay.
you know what? The thing is, the thing is, I find like how is it ironic? You can have petition for doxing, you can have petition for this, you have petition this. Has anybody got a petition that saying we're gonna stop Wiley from lying on people not being on Patreon? Because I ain't heard nobody saying start a petition for that. I'm just
That's
asking the
true.
question.
But I think I can tell you why, because Patreon is considered private. You know what I mean? It's like having your own website in a sense. So you can't really explain or, can't really do anything about a person's Patreon. If they're on somewhere else, then yeah, you can do something about it. But most of the time, you can't do anything. You're basically stuck. That's the thing. You're stuck with what's there. Because he's put it out there. Now, like I said before, he can be sued. He can definitely be sued. Because of the things that he's putting out there, because he'll mess around and cause somebody to not get a job, or
Yes.
mess around and stop this person from getting even any health issues.
Yes. Yeah, what if QB had to want to get promotion at his job and all this stuff came out about him? It's not even true. How you gonna? It's like what who does this? You know, people. My friends don't even do this in our real life. They don't really care as long as I'm okay.
That's true, but
They don't care. They don't care what kind of job I have, what kind of car I drive, where I
right?
live, as long as I'm okay.
That's it. But everybody's not like that, unfortunately. Most people care about other people, but when you have that disregard, you are not going to care about those other people at all. And so it definitely shows, and he is breaking the law. He's breaking the law. You cannot defame somebody.
But it says something, I'm gonna go back to this, and I don't know how everybody else is raised, but I was raised in a 2-parent home. It does say when you got lack of parent, you got lack of not having a good relationship with your mother, and you don't know who your father is. It says he has a lot of childhood trauma that to me he's not dealing with.
Right, and that's one of the contributing factors to being or becoming a sociopath.
Yeah, so
he has kids that are born who want to try to hurt animals and things like that. But then you've got others that their family members were cruel and unusual to them. And
so,
the next thing
I feel like when you don't have he don't have empathy,
right?
And the reason he don't have that feeling of empathy because he don't have them kind of relationships with people.
Right. Yeah.
Because when you got, I have 7 siblings, okay, and I wish them all well. My dad, is hurting because my mother's no longer here. But when you have close ties of family and a sense of who you are, you don't do them kind of things.
That's true.
But when you have childhood trauma and you don't know who your daddy is, you're not close to your mother, you're not close to your siblings. This is a product of who you are.
Yes, and what is that? What if that's the reason why he did tear up the library? That was an outcry. That was a cry for some sort of help.
And maybe, and that's what I'm thinking. And maybe he see that QB gets all this love from everybody, and he don't.
Jealousy. Yep, that's jealousy right there. Munchball's right. He used to hang out with them alphabet folks.
Yeah, that too. So to me, he has took on her personality.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I think he took it on as, I think that's a wanted kind of thing. I really do. When you kind of envy someone because of who they are and the people that they're around and the amount, like you said, the amount of love and outpouring of happiness that they receive. Oh yeah. So
You
you're
know,
gonna
you
have
know,
somebody that's jealous like that.
I tell my grown kids, they got friends who got cars and who had this, and I was like, okay, if you want this, we're gonna work on getting it, but you don't have to be jealous of your friend who has that.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to work. Sometimes my mom used to say this because I had a learning disability. She used to say, Andrea, you're gonna have to work 10 times of your friends because you have learning disability. But it doesn't matter. It only matters if you finish the race.
Right. It
It
does.
don't matter. It don't matter what place you come in as long as you finish.
Right. But again, you were in that two-parent household, which, and I was raised in one as well. And that gives you a real sense of balance. I mean, it really gives you a sense of balance. I was my daddy's girl. I
Mm-hmm.
was the spoiled younger daughter, the middle child spoiled at that. And then when I got pregnant, it kind of switched up where my dad
Mm-hmm.
wasn't feeling me at all. And my
Mm-hmm.
mom was right there for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was blessed, very blessed to have had such a strong female role model,
Yes. Yes.
a lot of them. And so our parents, if we had the same issues or grew up the same way, we too could become sociopathic.
But yeah, but see, I was scared because I'm used to having a two parent home. I was scared when I got divorced. Oh my God, my children are not in a two parent home. But the one thing that I have learned with my ex husband, yes, they're still in a two parent home. Because you know
Right.
why? Because I pay child support. I still come
Mhm.
and get them. I still hang out with them. So they're still in a two parent home. The only thing
That's right.
different is he married somebody else. We live in two different homes.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, but at the same time is when and you know I know what Riley's problem is, but I
Yeah.
hate to give it an excuse because he's gonna play on this is the reason why I'm like this.
Oh, yes. There's no justification for doing things to hurt people. That's
Mm-hmm.
sociopaths. They don't care what they do to somebody. They
Mm-hmm.
do it because they don't have a social personality. And this is
Mm-hmm.
why I think he's up early in the morning
Yep.
on YouTube till late at night, sometimes up there for hours and hours upon hours through the day, night, morning. It's sad. It's so sad. I felt very bad for him at first, when he used to get, talked about so much by Seven Stars, because that's pretty much who I was watching when I first came on the scene. And then that's when I saw Tracy and I started watching her some. And as I got to know other people, and I realized that she was just saying stuff, and there was no way that it was true, because you get those people who don't know all the other people or know the stories. And you wind up just boosting her up. Oh, yeah, you must be right because you're the only one that I've heard. So you must be right. Gotta be right. But I honestly, once I saw Wiley and the way they were talking about Wiley and DC Gate and all of that stuff, it was just the biggest turnoff because then I'd see him up there and he was very erratic. And he wasn't just erratic. You could see the lies coming out, and it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, we lost you again, girl. I know you'll be back in a minute. But I absolutely, and I don't know Wiley, and I don't know Kiki personally. It's just some of the things or some of the ways that are displayed. I guess as Brother Jay would say, they have some kind of personality disorders or some, in Wiley's case, and like I said, I don't know him, and he could definitely, debate me or tell me, his doctor said that he was this, that, or the other. What it seems like to me with my medical professional, non-medical professional practicing person, that is more than that. And I just hope that he's very, very careful about who he's spreading any type of lies about, because while I said it yesterday and I will say it again, I do not believe at all in any part of my being that QB would ever do anything to him or, anybody else. He's not that type of person, he is not that type of person. I believe QB is hurt, he is upset, and he is basically offended. And I can't blame him for that, because I too would be absolutely offended if somebody came on here and said that I gave them some sort of sexually transmitted disease or did anything to them. Those are fighting words. I mean, come on, we all grown now. Those are fighting words, and most of us is too broke down to be out here fighting. We will if we have to, but the rest of us, we ain't going out here to fight. We are not talking. We are settling. So I don't think I know for a fact that that he is not the type of person that's gonna go out there and go after Wiley. But you don't know anybody else's psyche. Munchbar, can you imagine? You just pick a random person and say, I remember you. You gave me this, you did that, and then your job is affected. The people you know are affected and trying to figure out what's going on. And all of a sudden, you've got this big mess from somebody you met once. And then they go out and they start telling people. Now, of course, in Wiley's case, it's Patreon, but somebody else goes out and they may know the same people and they start telling people, hey, yeah, your girl gave me chlamydia, or she gave me this, and I was burning, and oh yeah. How in the world? Now, what if what if you were that type of person? Say, oh, those fighting words. Okay, no, they ain't fighting words. They shooting words. And the next thing you know, because somebody said that person is dead because they won't playing with them. They won't playing. And when it comes to YouTube, you got all types of personalities and people up here with people that can be near to you. I might not live in Dallas. I might got a homeboy in Dallas. And then what happens? I got a homeboy in Dallas. I'm crying to my homeboy that this, that, and the other, and this one said that, and that one said this, and no, he don't even know me. The next thing you know, homeboy that took care of it, and I've had that happen. That to the point of somebody being shot. But I had a boyfriend in my very young, late teen years who was abusive. And my silliness moved in with him and my very young 2-year-old son. And he was very, very, very abusive. And domestic abuse is no joke, none whatsoever. So when I finally got out of there and started rebuilding my life for me and my son, and I'm working at the hair cuttery. Yes, Tracy, I too did hair and cut hair very well. I was a master cutter, master stylist. Anyway, as I worked there and they have the big plate glass windows, this dude used to stalk me. He stalked me for about 3.5 years and tried to he stalked me about a year and a half when I was in beauty school. Make a long story short with that, there was a girl that worked with me I went to high school with. She was in a younger class, about 1 or 2 years behind me, and I became manager. She was my assistant manager. Her brother had just recently gotten out of prison. I don't know what prison. I only met him twice. And I'm not going to say, oh, my friend, I'm not going to say his or her name, but they were so funny. And he came up there to see her, and she told him, because we all grew up in that area, she told him about the guy and how he was stalking me. And they knew him from their neighborhood. And her brother did not like him. So he asked me to tell him everything that happened between me and old boy and how he used to beat me. And I mean, some of the bruises and scars that I still have to this day, 20, 30 years later, 30, 31 years later, are still on my face, are still on my body from what he had done to me. And I told, I'm going to say Eddie, but it is Eddie, a guy named Eddie. I told Eddie everything, and he said, "What are you carrying? Are you trying to protect yourself?" So we went out to my car. I showed him the 25 Raven that I had in the car, and it was so weird. He was sitting in the seat, and I picked it up. Me not knowing what I'm doing with a gun, really, like I won't practicing at the range then or nothing. I pick it up, and I'm holding it, and it accidentally goes off right between his feet. Okay, this man did not flinch, so I knew he was hard. He was hardcore, and he told me about the guy. He said, "Listen, go sell that gun back to the people you bought it from. Take it back to Portsmouth Gun and whatever it was back then." And I did take it back and sell it. And then next thing I know, after a day or so, the abuser disappeared. Nobody knew where he was. His family, I was still doing their hair because they didn't want the ones to harm me. I still did all three of his sisters and their daughter's hair and cut his nephew's hair. And so, they were like, "Have you seen such and such?" I was like, "Nope, I haven't seen him. He hasn't stalked me today." Everybody knew what was going on. And he did not show up again for about 3 weeks. And as I left my apartment to go to the bank across the street to deposit Friday night's deposit, I see out the corner of my eye this guy coming up to me at the ATM while I'm depositing, and he falls on his knees. And this dude looked like, wow, somebody dropped him from a plane and he landed all on his face. And he was beat so badly, I was scared. Eyes swollen shut, face all puffy, looked like somebody had, oh my God, I hadn't seen anybody beat like, I've never seen anybody beat. And so that scared me. When I thought about it, the stuff that he hit me and the things he was doing to me, whatever happened to him, I felt like he was definitely getting back. Karma's a bitch. Karma is a beast and a bitch. So this man is on his knees right there at the ATM with me while I'm all dressed up so I can go to work and cut some hair. And he just crying and apologizing. "I'm so, so sorry. Lord, please forgive me. Please forgive me for everything I've done. I'm so sorry." Of course, he was saying it through the fattest lips, and "I'm so sorry." And I was just shocked. And I had to forgive him a long time ago so that I can go on. And it was horrible. I can't say I didn't feel a sense of satisfaction of seeing him like that, Munch Bar. I can't say that. I wish I could, but I'm just not that magnanimous. Seeing him like that kind of made me say, good. He looked a hot mess. And so I had to tell him, "There's no problem. I forgive you. I'm sorry that or whatever. I forgive you, but I got to go to work." And when I looked over in the parking lot, there were these two guys sitting in this green Monte Carlo and watching. And I just got in my car and went on down the street to work. I don't know what happened to him. And I didn't ask no questions. About maybe 4 or 5 years later, after the person, my girlfriend's brother had, I don't know if he moved to another state or I think he passed away. I found out that when old boy disappeared, he was taken and he was disappeared for about 3 weeks. And I got pictures. Somebody sent me pictures. And if you ever think of those big warehouses like we see in the movies where they got the big beams going across the ceilings and all of that, and you see the gangster movies where they have the chains over the beams with them hanging down, and then you got the guys or the person's arms, and he's up and he's hanging by his arms, and Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And from what I was told, and some of the pictures I saw, they beat the bejesus out of him. When I say they beat him with it looked like tire rods and baseball bats, and it couldn't have been just one or two people. From what I gathered, and I really stopped trying to gather so much information on it because I felt very, of course, responsible, but I didn't ask for this. It was offered. And after you've been stalked for 5 years and abused and beat down and raped, several times, as well as gave my young, he was two then, gave him a skull fracture. I kind of didn't really feel sad, but I stopped poking around in it. I did. I stopped poking around in it. And I even saw him years after that. And I wanted to ask, but I didn't. I just left it alone. I was just amazed. Yeah, ouch is right. And when I saw him years later, his face still wasn't quite what it used to be. You could tell some things had been evidently broken and healed, but not like healed by in the hospital where they kind of would have set things back right. He looks like he took a bad damn beating years ago, and this is the product of it. And he's still trying to beat chicks, his girlfriends and stuff. Here we are, 50 years old. I know I'm almost 50, so I know he was a couple years older than me, and you still beating chicks? Mm-mm-mm. I wish I could find Eddie. Eddie. I have no idea what happened to Eddie. I never asked Angie anymore about where's Eddie? What happened to Eddie? I kind of felt, you feel a sense of like relief, but entitlement in a sense because somebody has done something so horrific to you. I mean, down to the point where he even put out cigarettes on a couple spots on my arm. Still have the marks, very faint, but still have the marks up there. And so you kind of feel like, too bad. But I had to forgive in order to go on. And I know after I took psychology, especially, that this dude was a sociopath. He had no respect for, or in any regard for anybody's person well-being or anything. And then when I found out, because you don't want to justify that kind of behavior, I didn't justify it, but I tried to understand it. His parents used to, instead of spanking him with a belt or something, no, they used to beat him with the poker from the fireplace. Okay, they used to beat him. They called him devil, you a devil, you this and you that. He had a very rough childhood. I mean, he was beat mercilessly. Yes, he was abused. He was absolutely abused. And the abused became the abuser. So once he gave my son a skull fracture and tried to say he walked into the corner of the dresser, that was when I I had to go. I had to figure out a way to go. I was literally cut off from family and friends. I wasn't able to talk to anybody. I wasn't able to leave the house. It was a rough, I would say a rough 9 months. And when I got out of there, I vowed nobody would ever put their hands on me again, ever like that. So it took me a good 15, maybe 20 years to let anybody just don't walk up on me. Don't do it. Don't walk up on me at all. Not at all. When I was working at the hair cuttery and he was stalking me before he got the beat down of a lifetime, I remember I used to have a policeman, an undercover policeman that I used to cut his hair every other week. And when he found out about what was going on, because they didn't really have any stalking laws back then. This was 88, I graduated 88. So this was 92. They weren't pushing for the stalking laws. So this undercover Caucasian, and I don't want to say Caucasian like that makes a difference, but this undercover detective told me He said, listen, you need to go buy a piece. Go buy you a weapon. He said, keep it in your car. He said, if and when he should come up, he said, I want you to also go and buy. Now he's giving me these directions, okay? And I'm silly, so I'm just doing it. And he says, go and buy a switchblade. And I'm like, a switchblade? Because again, I'm not the street type chick. I wasn't then. And so I couldn't figure out what am I doing with that. And he says, if you should ever have to shoot him, or if he approaches you while you're outside, he said, do everything you can to get to your car. He said, that way, if you shoot him, you run up to him before anything else can happen, and you put the knife in his hand. And that will automatically make it self-defense, and you will be fine. And this officer is telling me this, and of course, I'm a naive chick. I've always been a naive one. That's exactly what I do. That's how I ended up with the 25 Raven 25. And I also ended up with a 38 snub-nosed Taurus. And they didn't have the hollow bullets, which again, I didn't even know what they did. I just got them because somebody said, yeah, get the hollow points. So I got some other kind of bullets that go in there, and only shot each gun once, and it scared me so much I couldn't do it again. So I sold them back like Eddie told me to, and I did not need any type of weapon again. Once you realize that you do not have the right in this life to take anybody else's life, you don't have the right to extinguish that life. Now, if it's a struggle and you happen to do that, that's a whole different thing. But for me to just go up to him, or he'll coming toward me and I just decide to shoot him like that, I just feel like I don't have the right to take a life. I didn't give life. I didn't make life. God gave life. I don't have the right to take it. So I got rid of the guns, and I figured that God would protect me and mine from, he'll protect me. I just know not to walk up into certain situations where I may feel that there's a threat. Oh, we went through a lot, honey. That dude, before I even was talked into moving out there, because immediately after they beat you, it's, you made me do this. Why did you make me do this? Why did you make me hit you? You know I love you. And your mind is framed all around this. So graduation night, as I'm going to graduate from high school. Sorry, the night before, I'm sitting out in his car with him. He takes me on a high-speed chase. And where are the police when you need them? Evidently, they were not there. Not when you're taking me 100 miles per hour on dark roads. So by the time he takes me finally back to my apartment complex's parking lot, and my mom, I knew she was sleeping all, he takes my head, grabs me by all this hair I got, and he smashes my head into the passenger side window. I was always shocked that it didn't break, because I had a very bad concussion. I didn't go to the emergency room until after graduation the next night. My head rang throughout, my ears were ringing throughout the entire graduation. And yet I still moved into that house with him at 18. How dumb can you be? Because they convince you that you shouldn't be there, because being with them is better. That's what happens when you get these people that are sociopaths. Bipolar people, they're not going to do that. They are only involved and care about what they're going through. And if they're completely happy, then yeah, that's what it's about. That's when they're manic, and everything is grandiose to them. The world revolves around them. As a matter of fact, the world is revolving because of them. That's that manic portion of the bipolarism. Or the other opposite, the polar opposite, is that complete desolation. And when you are, hey, Aston, how you doing? Are you at work? Hey, Miss Kimberly Black, how are you, sunshine? How are you? We are over here talking about some things that happened in my past with a sociopath. And you don't really know what they are when you're young and nobody bothers to enlighten you, especially 20, 30 years ago, when us as a people were not keen on the idea of some sort of mental situations going on. And that the first thing somebody was shouting, I'm not crazy. I don't need to see nobody. I'm not crazy. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I am not crazy. And now, so you think back, and these people had these serious, serious illnesses, and it's just something, honey. It is something. So having a sociopath in your life can be absolutely deadly, or it can be deadly to your persona. Miss Jen, hey, sweetheart, how are you? Girl, tell me you know any sociopaths around you. Because I definitely think that there's some sociopaths around our sector, running around the sector and not showing anything except for they casualties. We believe there's some folks with some serious stuff running around here. Some antisocial. Sociopath is basically people with an antisocial personality disorder, and those are the people that just really don't get along with people. There's some sort of dislike or disdain for people, for the people that they may be around, or even people that they don't know, but they will do anything to try to harm them without being, like Miss Andrea, without it being basically any kind of deadly force. Hey, girl, you back?
Hey, yes. Trying to work it too. Jesus, yes, I'm back.
This is a
Okay,
busy woman here.
what I miss?
This is a busy woman. I was telling them, I don't know if you heard some of the stuff that had gone on in my past, where I finally identified the person who was abusing me was a sociopath. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh God, yes, yes. I still got the scars and the cigarette burn scars and all kinds of scars from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, some of our people do need to do better, much more. But it's again that hereditary gene for a mental disorder versus the environment, or the environment will boost up the hereditary gene. You can have alcoholism in your family, in your past family, but if you're in a home or in an environment where alcohol is not at the forefront, that doesn't mean you'll become an alcoholic. But those
Yeah.
alcoholics that were in, that made you, or that's in your family, if they're have it all around, then that can make you fall into alcoholism. So it's that environment that really pushes things. If we could just do something to really, I think if everybody could, maybe if we had a national, and I know it's got to be a mental illness day or something like that, but if they put a lot of I guess a lot of push into educating our younger Black people, even some of the older ones, to go and get screened, and to, have somebody just go through their days with them and to see what is affecting what. I don't
But
want to end
but
up
at
as
the
a
but at
sociopath.
the same time is you got to hit rock bottom to get help. If you don't want to get no help, you ain't gonna get no help. You can't force people to get help.
That's true.
Okay, you really can't, because my sister, she was on drugs, but I couldn't force
Yeah,
her to get no help until she wanted to she wanted to get off. So
right.
you can't force people. Like, these are grown people. We ain't got money to take conservatorship over them. You can't
That's
force them to
true.
get help unless they
Oh,
want to
yeah.
get help.
Exactly. And then they wind up doing so much harm to everyone else that, it's just caused irreparable harm, and people don't want to be bothered. And then they don't have the tools or the support to deal with their situations. And depending on how their situations came about, they may never have that anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can't force people. You might think I have a mental illness, but if you be like, Drea, you need to go get some help. But if I don't want to go
Right.
get no help, you can't force me. You ain't my mama. You ain't my daddy. You ain't my sister. You
That's
can't put me in a
true.
mental. You can't put me in a mental hospital unless I'm harming myself. So
Yeah,
I'm just
that's
saying,
true.
you can't force people to get help if they don't want to get help. They have to see that in themselves.
That's true. But what about just being screened for it? You know what I mean? People go
Okay,
get
but
screened for
who
sexually
going to the
transmitted
hospital and say I need screening for mental health? I don't believe a lot of people ain't doing that either. They think ain't nothing wrong with me. Ain't nothing wrong with me.
because they see it as a taboo.
Yeah.
They see it as a taboo. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I ain't crazy.
Mhm.
I don't know who you calling crazy, but I ain't crazy.
Yeah.
Sucks. That's the best part
But
of going.
at the same time, you gotta be real with them. We gotta be real with yourself and be real with your friends. If
Yeah,
my friends was saying, Drea, something wrong, Drea, you spazzing out, Drea, something is wrong with you. We don't know what it is. We can't help you. When my friends was telling me that, I did go get some help because I was like, is it me? It could be me. It could be. I need somebody who say, no, this is not you. But if you don't listen to your family and friends who love you and only want the best for you, you know. But when you don't have that in your circle either,
true.
that's a problem. That's a problematic too.
That's true. Or you go in there and you twist things around to the point
Mm-hmm.
where you get the doctor to say, but a good psychiatrist or a good psychologist can pick that right apart.
Yeah.
They can pick it right apart. But then we got our HIPAA laws, and they don't have to, and they can't disclose
No.
the health professional of what's wrong with the individual.
The only time I think they could do that if you hurt somebody or you
Right.
hurting yourself. But
Oh
if
yeah,
you
you're
ain't
in
doing
danger.
if you in danger, but if you ain't doing that, they can't violate your privacy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And once you learn how to do it, more sociopaths know how to game the system. They know how to game the system. They know just how much to say when it's important. When it comes down to a situation that will really affect them, they know just how much to say and just how sane to seem. And it's like that pretty much with a lot of the ones of the disorders that don't cause your whole character to be changed. But when you're changing them yourself, then that's a whole different thing. Just like the borderline personality disorder we discussed earlier, at
Mm-hmm.
certain times, they can absolutely show that they are cognitive, they are part of society, and a valuable part. They are not doing this, that, or the other. And then the next moment, they're cussing you out, they're yelling at you, they're defaming you, they're hurting you. I mean,
But
that's
do you wonder? Do you think that the internet have gave people to be bullies and behind the computer to be bullies?
yes,
Because when we didn't have no internet, I'm saying we did have bullies and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but
right.
I think it has become a massive be able to bully and
Yep.
and and and, and cyberbully each other
Yep. Well,
now.
when you let
Now.
all those personalities out, okay,
Hmm.
no, not just personalities, but when you let these mental illnesses that are running around unchecked out, and you
Yes.
got them platforms of people that they've charmed into, watching them or into believing them, then that changes the game. Now they've got more exposure and they're gaining more, not necessarily empathy, but they're gaining more of a sense of what to do or more of a knowledge of how to really get by and how to make you give me your money and how to make you feel like you're responsible for me. It's a whole lot of that going on.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's a whole lot. Yeah.
It's weird. I mean, I never came up here with the thought that, oh, I'm going to do my own channel and I'm going to make a ton of money because I'm going to, just like Munchbar said, I'm going to use that mainstream media and I'm going to get people all the way over in Thailand to send me their damn money, or
Well, I mean, if you're coming on YouTube just to, it's good to make money, but if you're coming on YouTube just to get money,
yeah.
I mean, it's
I mean, come on.
something wrong with that. Something wrong with that. I mean,
True. That's that narcissistic personality.
You know what I find? I find sometimes people who wasn't popular in high school and wasn't popular in real life, they use YouTube to be popular. Just
Right.
my own perspective.
Oh yeah.
That's my own personal opinion, because I don't need to be valid. I don't need to be validated. I'm validated in so many ways, but it's my own personal opinion. Like, you want to be a popular, like, what I didn't like in high school is the girls with the cheerleaders in high school. Not because
Right.
I had plenty of friends, but I seen the cheerleaders excluded other people because we
Right.
wasn't cheerleaders. So I'm just saying, I feel like some people who was not popular in school, or who didn't belong to nobody, feels like they can use YouTube to be
Yeah.
famous and be popular
Absolutely.
because they lacking that in their own personal life.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. And look at Munch. Munch is so right. And she said that's the problem right there, because they don't care about us for real, for real. And that's the whole thing. They don't care about us for real, for real. Not at
Because
all.
because if you care about somebody, if you love somebody and you care about them, there's no way in the world, or no, just being the fellow man. If you care about your fellow man and fellow woman, you would not be trying to discourage them and want them to look bad and people to hurt them. I'm just saying.
Right.
That comes with having empathy,
Yeah.
pity. That comes with nurture, and when I have my degree in early childhood education, but that comes
Right.
with nature. That comes with nature and
Yep.
nurturing a child.
Nurture. Absolutely.
So when you I have a little girl, and I've been having her since she was 6.
Right.
But the thing is, when she hurt somebody, she don't say sorry, because I got her when she was 6. She wasn't nature and nurture at a young
Right.
age just to feel somebody else's pain.
Exactly.
Because when you feel somebody else's pain, there's no way in the world you want to do that to them.
That's true. That's true. And that's that nature. And she didn't get the nurture for it before she got you.
Yes.
And it's hard to teach something like that.
So now I'm reteaching her what nature and nurture is, giving her a hug, tell her I love her.
Right.
You know, that when you don't get that, you don't. It's some things that's misstep.
Yes, you think something is completely wrong because of that.
Yeah, and I brought it up to a psychiatrist. I said, because that's not normal. My kid,
Right.
I have raised 2 kids. I know what normal is. If you hurt your sister, you say, I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
Right.
She didn't have that. And I knew then something wasn't right.
Honey, you are absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct, because you can see it. And
Yes.
you know that's not how it's supposed to be. Not at all. Now, Munchbot's saying the hypocrisy situation, and there's a lot of hypocrisy running rampant around here too, and the insecurities that they feel, and we can tell everybody has some sort of insecurity at times, but when you're trying to impress somebody, just like Munch said, you're trying to impress somebody. But here's the thing, who are you trying to impress? Because what benefit does it give you to impress somebody?
Because
I think these are manufactured.
Because at the end of the day, this what I would have asked Wiley. What is your end game? What did this benefit you? What did you accomplish? What did this benefit you? Did you try to tear up QB and Jay's thing? Did you accomplish that? Hell no. Did you accomplish keeping off of YouTube? Hell no, because he's coming back. So what did you end up winning? You didn't win nothing.
Exactly. And if somebody gives you a sexually transmitted disease, wouldn't that make you, I guess, scarred for life? So nobody wants to come out and tell anybody that.
Nobody's going to tell nobody that.
Yeah, except Wiley.
Except Wiley.
Oh, yes.
And you know what's wrong with YouTube? It's too much oversharing.
Oh, my goodness. Did you see what Munchbot said? She said somebody tried to do a fake beef with her. Stop. They called you all type of B words and a troll. Get out of here. You know what?
See? You got too much time here to have a troll page.
You know what? You can't even have your page without it being a troll. I ain't got time to be sitting around here thinking of pages and then mess around and get in somebody's thing and say something and put my name in it and be
My thing is, I won't even respond to a troll page. When I see your avatar, I might respond, and you gotta be real too.
right. Absolutely. And Kimberly said that there's a lot of the negative stereotypes that associated with the mental health behavior, and those stereotypes, you weak. If you got something wrong and you depressed about something, you just weak, or you a crybaby, or you something wrong with you.
To me, I commend them people. I commend them who say, "Oh, I had a mental health issues. I got help for it." I'm applauding you, because that you took responsibility, and now you taking your medication, or you doing a therapy and doing what you're supposed to do. I applaud them
Right.
people.
That
Because
is
them the people who over there shooting up kids' schools, them the people over there ain't getting no help for it.
See, and look, Munch is young. She's 24, and you got people messing with you. She said old enough to be her mama, her parent, her elderly folk, her uncles and aunties, and they starting stuff with you like, like why?
Cause that's something wrong with that picture.
And just trying to come from me stuff. I ain't gonna do nothing but laugh. I can't do nothing but laugh. You can come on if you want to. Shit. I mean, come on. That is sad. If somebody got to mess with you like that, and that means you can't even be up here just cruising the YouTube streets and chilling. It's got to be, you got to watch your back at all times.
And I don't even do that in my real life, watching my back.
Okay. I go to the store at 3 in the morning. Do you think I'm looking behind me constantly? No. Okay. If I turn on my computer, I gotta watch out.
I was like, I don't even watch my back in real life. Okay, it's what? This is crazy.
Even QB calling laughing. QB up here, he laughed at the right time. You laughed at the right time, QB ringtone.
Okay.
You got to come online and watch yourself. You ain't worried about going to the store in the middle of the night, but you got to watch yourself up here.
Yeah, it's like, and you know what? This stuff going on YouTube can make somebody crazy, because you get paranoid. You got to watch your back. That makes people crazy too. You know that? That can get somebody a mental health issue too. Because it's like, I don't got one, but I'm on YouTube. You got to watch my back, what I say, who I'm emailing, who's recording my conversation. That's just crazy.
Why in the world are we recording conversations? Are you trying to write an essay on it? The hell? What the hell?
I've been friends. I've been friends since I was like 19. We ain't never recorded anything. We ain't never recorded our conversation, because real friends don't do that.
Nope.
Real friends, me and my best friend, we fell out for 3 years. Okay. My mother passed away. We came back friends. I never told her secret. She never told my secret, because ain't nobody else's business except ours. And if you're a real friend, you take them secrets to the grave with you. Okay.
Because it is not that important to do something. It's not that important. You're not talking to them.
Because you're not talking.
That's just retarded. It's completely retarded.
And that tell me.
That day she called into somebody's live, and you get all nervous and angry. Somebody either trying to stalk me or defame my character. For real. Oh my goodness. If they poke you negatively to get your attention, I can absolutely believe that.
Yep.
Oh God, we watched it day in and day out. We see what's going on, and we all trying to figure out how this start.
How this happened. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of time to go back and watch videos. Wally told me to watch videos. I told him I got 4 kids and 2 jobs. How can I watch videos? Shoot, I don't have time to for that. I don't have time to go. I gotta cook dinner, take care of the kids a bath. I do not have time to watch old videos that stuff happened. This is ridiculous.
Yes. Give me a synopsis of everything you want me to know, and we can go from there. It's
like nobody. I don't spend my every making moment beat on the internet looking at videos.
Right. We ain't got time for that.
Yeah, and I feel like this. If you want me to watch the video, give me the timestamp where it at, and then I'll go there. But I'm not watching 4 or 5 videos.
Don't nobody have time for no. It is just ridiculous for all of this just to be going around here, there, and everywhere, and I hate this person, and then 2 months later, you done windmill for everybody, okay, and now they friends again, but your name is trash.
Yeah, you know what? You know, my birthday came up on the 28th. I got I got a best friend, and my other friend, and
Mm-hmm.
my girlfriends. I was like, "It's my birthday," and y'all know it. It's my birthday, and she was like, "Where we going?" I'm like, "We're going to the movies." But check this out. I know y'all don't get along, but I'm the common denominator. You two have you gonna be good friends tonight, okay?
Right?
Because you're not messing up my birthday. Now I can be neutral. I'm a neutral in the middle, but it's my birthday. I know you two don't get along, so we can still go out, have fun, even though y'all like each other. Because it's my birthday. And my
Right.
friends did that, and they did that. That's what grown people do.
Supposed to. Supposed to. That's how they supposed to be doing. And she said some people are pressed when it comes to getting blocked on my list and trying to police other people's chats too. I mean, and those got to be getting
Yes.
on your nerves. Somebody feel and think you got God complex. That yes.
And you know what I think is a violation of the personal privacy when you're in other people's chat taking screenshots of the chat. Who does that?
Right, right.
It's like it makes the subscribers can't even put in the chat how they feel because we scared somebody's gonna do a screenshot in the chat.
It don't make no damn sense whatsoever.
So that's what I call one-on-one chat etiquette.
Yes, 101 chat
etiquette.
Okay,
Lori, we should do a 10 things about chat etiquette. Man, you gotta do it. Okay,
that's exactly what we need to do.
We need to do it.
Chat
etiquette. We call chat etiquette. Okay.
If you need to help us with that,
yes.
Right. What else needs to also be you can support who you want to support and go to any chat you want to go to.
Yes, we should do it. We should collaborate and do chat etiquette because we need that.
I agree because good Lord a day, you can't even get a break when it comes to all of that.
Yes, yes.
Much said the lessons about you to get that God complex, but you know how much that's that mania. That's the manic part of bipolarism too. Well, it's all about you. Everything is about you. It's about you. But now, if you just narcissistic, that's the same thing. If you don't have those deep, lows where you think that the world should end tomorrow, then it's probably just being narcissistic. It's all about me. All about me.
But yeah, we should. To me, I really think the YouTube streets need a video on chat etiquette. I really do.
Yes,
because
that would be. I think that's a great idea.
Because I just think sometimes the subscribers should have privacy. I feel like subscribers should be able to say what they want in the chat. I feel like saying hello. Don't come in nobody's chat, tearing their chat up. I have watched this, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Where people will actually go into the chats and go in there and stir stuff up. Just because. I was watching to say, we was watching, I can't remember, was it Fabe? But I don't think so. I think it was somebody else that said they was in a chat with somebody or about something else, and all of a sudden they bring up, did Ask April get a job yet? Like, who was thinking about April? What?
I think whoever chat with that, I think that's disrespectful to the content creator.
Very disrespectful.
Because what he's talking about, and if what he's talking about and the chat is talking about something else, that's disrespectful. Because when you at school, the teacher tell you pay attention. So when I'm just saying that's the so if you're in a chat and the content creator is talking about something and then the chat's talking about something else, that's disturbing the content creator and the chat.
Yes.
So I'm like, we're all grown people, and everybody claim they're grown because we're over 18 over here, and we're all grown people. We should have etiquette. You don't go to nobody else's house and you don't go to nobody else's house and say you go in their house and not speak to them. You speak. You say hello. How you doing today?
How you doing? Hey chat. How y'all doing? You ain't got to be messing. Hey there, Triple Red X.
Yeah.
You listening in the bushes at work.
Yeah,
They
you
will
don't
kick
go.
you in the bushes.
Yeah, so you don't go in nobody's chat. You don't even go in nobody. You don't even go in nobody else's house and go in their refrigerator unless you ask them.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm like, some of these disrespectful
Yep.
people is just flat out wrong.
Absolutely. Like Munch said, high school drama. And I think
Yes,
that Wiley wants to actually, and like I said, I don't know Wiley, but it seems to me like he wants to fit in with the cool kids or who he thinks are the cool kids. That seems like it's what it is too. And then when you get, and Munch said, when you get these folks on here to play that victim card,
yes,
so
because I'm tired of hearing. I told him this. I said, you try to mess up Jay Wilson's event. You try to mess up 5K. When you trying to do that, it's because you're uninvited and you want to be invited. Okay.
that's sad. That
When
is
you
sad.
and you could be invited if your behavior wasn't, if your behavior was okay, but your behavior is as a wild card. You have a
Yeah.
takeover spirit.
When you worried about what's going to happen if you let this person,
Yes.
come, that's just scary in and of itself. That means you have no self control.
Control. I
No,
don't let my brother come to my party because he don't have no control. So no, I'm not having a party. He out of control, and when the police got to come to my house, no, thank you. You ain't coming over.
okay.
You just ain't coming over. I don't care how much I love you. I love you from afar.
Yes.
That's what you
I
do.
love you. I might not like you. I might not like what you're doing, but I love you. You
Yes.
stay on over there with it.
Yeah.
And
So I mean,
Wiley is very intelligent. So you can't
yes.
underestimate them. But that's sociopathic behavior because they are very charming and very intelligent, charismatic, and they can just get up into your stuff, into your whole psyche, and they can tend to do the most damage, period. Because they're just that that out there, that commanding presence. That's how
Mm.
they are. And they wind up in the position of authority if you let them. If you let them, they wind up in a position of authority over your business or over you. And he's so intelligent. And that's what's kind of scary with Wiley because he plays, to me, the victim or I guess he plays that paranoia kind of, I'm mentally, I got bipolar and this is why I do this. Oh, but it was funny. Oh, but no, no, no. You're not exhibiting bipolarism. You might want to stop bringing bipolar into it because really you're showing a whole nother type of mental illness and people will catch on and your intelligence won't, help in that situation because hell, Ted, and I don't want to compare him to Ted Bundy, but Ted Bundy was a sociopath and he had plenty of folk he got up under.
Well, won't Riley do use his intelligence for good and not bad? How about that?
That would be nice, but then again, they wouldn't consider him a sociopath because he wouldn't, he wouldn't be worried about the disregard. He wouldn't be disregarding people's feelings or people in general, and then still he could act impulsively and everything. But if he didn't use it to get ahead, then they wouldn't even consider it that. They would consider it more of a narcissistic kind of trait, And to me, he can be that way. It seems like he's good at that.
Well, yeah, I don't. You know what I said? I said, what us as subscribers and
Yeah,
even as content creators, stop talking about him. Stop
yeah,
giving him. Stop giving him. Stop talking about him. If you, I mean, and unsubscribe. It's okay. My thing is, I'm not gonna give you a click and a view. I unsubscribe for you.
true.
And
Yeah,
I'm not gonna if I don't tolerate that behavior in my personal life, I'm not gonna tolerate that behavior on my
that's
YouTube,
true.
watching YouTube. So my thing is, we have to me as subscribers, we all have, and even as content creators, we all have to start asking ourselves: is this something I want to promote?
Right.
Is
But
this something? Is this something that I want on my channel?
true.
And as subscribers, we have to ask ourselves: is this something I'm gonna watch? And if you say no,
Yeah.
I unsubscribe.
You're right. You're right. But he's built up, he spent years up here building up a following. that it's not going to be real easy. He would have to do something so obnoxiously ridiculous that he was, so to speak, canceled. He'd have to be really bad at what he's doing.
Nobody say cancel. I just not listening to you. It's a difference.
I just don't want to hear what you got to say.
I just don't want to hear what you got to say, because everybody. I mean, like, I can't tell grown people what to do, but I'm saying, as for me, I'm not listening to you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because I mean, the view was everything, right?
Yeah. So my thing is, as for I'm not telling other people what to do, but as for me, I just won't listen to you. And I'm not gonna listen. I am not gonna listen to nobody who hurts QB. I'm just not gonna do it. I will unsubscribe to you real quick if you try to display QB for no reason.
Yes, because he's one of the real ones. Now,
yeah.
Love about him.
Yeah. So I'm being honest. I'm not gonna. I have been on here, and I'm not gonna just listen to you, the character, his fame, and his character assassination.
That's
no, I'm not
right.
doing that. I'm not doing that.
We're not going for that one.
I'm not going for that one. So if that means you lose me as a subscriber, then obviously I wasn't that important, because I don't think you should do that. You should do that to anybody.
No. You don't. This whole thing.
And don't call it a roast and a gag, because it's not.
Right. That's not a roast and a gag.
The gag. No, that's not a roast and a gag.
No, that's just pure evil. Evil for no reason.
Evil for no reason.
I'm gonna just be evil as hell. Evil.
Because I was even sad when Lady Riri doxed him.
Oh,
Lady
Riri doxed Wiley.
No, QB.
Oh yes, that's right.
So my thing is, QB has been victimized by two or three content creators for no reason.
So tell me this: what do you think Rick Reed is? I kind of feel he's not a sociopathic. I kind of feel narcissistic is more his alley.
Narcissistic, and he wasn't popular, and he wasn't in the popular group when he was growing up. Like, you can tell the people who wasn't in the popular group, because their behavior is something special. It's something special.
It is like, the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah. You can tell their behavior is something special, because that says you want to be seen. That says you didn't get the a nurture and a love from somebody, because that behavior, I'm telling you, that behavior is something special, and you can call it out when you see it.
You're right. And look, Munchball said this used to be the roast and gag sector.
Yes, this is called a doxing section. This is called a doxing section over here.
It changed. But now Kimberly was saying that mental health is not an excuse for poor behavior, and it is not an excuse.
Not an excuse at all.
It's true. I take my Lexapro every day. Well, every night I take my Lexapro. All the time. I take it regularly, and I definitely see my therapist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Play my Miss Renee. I always have her phone number. I haven't had to see her for years, but hey, I always check in with her once a year. Hey, you all right over there? Okay.
Yeah.
Just make sure you right within reach now over there in Norfolk. I'm just checking.
And
you better let me know.
and laughing on somebody else's pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not funny. That's not funny to me, because nobody knew about his husband. Nobody knew it.
Nobody knew it. Have good content. He is original with it.
He's original. And my thing is this: if you so worried about his content, do your own content.
Me, Rushma said, "Why do we call him Lady Riri?"
Because that's what we call him.
Lady Riri. Calling him that.
Lady Riri.
And it just stuck.
Cause ain't the real me. I know they ain't doing that to another man. I'm sorry.
honey. But like Munchball said, the black beef doxing of the sector.
Yep.
And that is sad, because now that's what we being known for.
But the other sections are doing it too. Don't get me wrong, they're doxing over there too.
but the white folks ain't trying to really let you see it like we do. We take it all
Oh,
crazy.
all the they take it off of YouTube. It's to the next level,
Oh
and this
yeah,
is
oh
and this
yeah.
is and VS was a prime example of somebody of this
Well,
going wrong.
she was
She's the prime example. She went to
exactly
jail. She went to jail. She her kids was not with her.
right.
She had to be off YouTube for 3 years. She's a prime example, and won't they learn
Yeah,
from her?
and they did like it. But you know what? When you look at it, other than all the sour stuff she was doing, she looks like a very likable person. You know,
Some of her content was good.
yeah, yeah, she was very likable. Again, I watched a couple of her videos back when I started watching, and you know, because I was trying to figure out why this person don't like that person, why this person talking about that person, and oh, she did that kind of thing. And then once you know, it was like, okay, she's almost cool until you found out that she'd have threatened somebody's child. You're like,
Well,
what?
yeah, yeah. Children should be off limits. Children should be calling mothers into a care, calling
Oh my goodness.
mothers. You know, I mean, I
Yeah,
don't even do that in my real life.
no.
If my friend need help with her child, I'm gonna say bring the child over here. I take care of it till you get better. But that's
Okay,
what you do. That's what you do. But just saying, the child didn't have money for just rude and disrespectful things I have seen go
right.
down.
Oh
I
yeah.
have I don't do this in my real life. Okay, so when my sister need help with her kids, I'm a send the kids some stuff they need. And that's
Yeah,
what you do as a neighbor, as a church morning member. That's what you do. You help your neighbor.
absolutely. That's what you do. You don't try to hurt somebody.
Yeah. And talk about people's parenting skills. Talk about people's children. Now, if I'm gonna call your parenting skills in question. If I see you online, your child asking you for something, and you on and hours online. Oh yeah,
Right.
I'm gonna ask why your child in the background asking for something. You're not helping it.
True.
Get
True.
offline. Wait till
Hey,
it go to bed.
honey, I'll never understand how you can be up here for hours and hours and hours and ignore the world, your family, your babies, your kids, your this and that. How you do that?
Shoot, sometimes I'll be waiting till the kids go to bed. The kids go to bed. I'm like, oh, I have to get back online when they go to bed.
Yes.
When they go to bed, I could be online. I could be up all night online because I can't sleep at night
If you
anyway.
want, but you balancing it with your kids. You
Yeah,
balancing it with what you have to do, and that's what I thought adults, normal adults do. I thought that they balance everything with around their children like we did. We this is sad. It is sad.
yeah. It's sad.
But
It's
you have
sad.
people up here, just like Munch said, that are jealous. It's that jealousy thing. And yeah, you right. VS is laughing at us. We hurting each other as if it was black on black crime.
Mm-hmm. And
VS
we always talk about the black on black crime, but we never said come on, the guns and the fight, but we never said what we doing online to each other.
Yes, this is black on black.
On black crime.
This is black on black crime. My goodness. You say you don't call others by their nickname. Oh, that's another form of disrespect. Oh, you're right. Another form of social media etiquette. But you know what? I think it's because I know I fall into it when you're in another chat and you mention somebody that you're not supposed to use their name.
Yep, that's what they say. Don't use that content creator's name. That's what they tell you in the other
And then
chat.
they have the nickname and you're trying
Yeah,
to, get it out, I think. And then it just kind of goes to, oops, I said this. So when I said Lady Riri, I don't know that man at all. I am so sure that that he don't want to be Lady Riri. That's just the name. I thought some of the names that everybody had, the little nicknames that people was cool, that they was cool with it. I honestly did because I never seen anybody say anything. But yeah, some of the nicknames they're terrible. And then when you get your favorite people doxed, oh, that hurt.
mm,
That hurts my feelings. I'm like, please don't do that. You ain't got to call them. Don't do it. Munch said it's black on black beef online.
Yes, it is. It is.
That,
It is.
everybody want to be internet gangsters. I'm gonna
Everybody
come
want to be
kick
in it.
your ass. I'm gonna pull
Mhm.
up on you. I'm going all the way cross country to pull up on somebody.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You
Oh
just,
yes.
I don't know. I don't know. I just think some of this stuff is going on. I be telling my friends, they be like, "This is crazy."
So what is YouTube famous? What makes you famous? A lot of subscribers, a lot of views, making a lot of money. What?
What people? Well, it depends on what's everybody's end game, because you might have a different end game than I got. Okay, so
Right,
I'm coming on YouTube because I want to say my opinion. Okay,
right,
but I'm already working 2 jobs, so I don't need the money. Okay, so
right, right,
it's just gonna be fun to me. But see, you might come on YouTube and you want to make money. See,
right.
it depends on what everybody's end game.
What the end goal is. But then once you reach the end goal, what happens then?
Then you gotta think of a new goal.
Oh, exactly. And I see a lot of folks, once they reach that goal, they got the 100,000 subscribers, and now they're kind of searching for content. I watch a couple of big content creators that look like they bored because they just said it all, they done done it all, they
But
just
see,
and parodied everything. There's nothing left to do.
But do you see? I watch. I just don't only watch the beat sector. I like. Do you ever listen to ATM Brown Michelle? She has good content,
Does
especially I'm
she?
there.
I
Huh?
did. I did start listening to her at one point, and I don't know what happened. I just, because in my opinion, you can't listen to everybody. It's just
Yes, yes, yes. So you can't
physically
listen to everybody.
impossible. And so
But
I don't know. I think that's when I started gravitating toward favors, because I was very into Tasha K stuff when she was really starting to get everything put together, and her and Lovely T fell out, and then her and
mm,
Candace fell out.
okay, so I used to watch Candace, but I don't. She don't. I don't feel like I relate to her, so I don't watch her.
No,
If I don't
I
feel
don't
if I don't feel
either.
like you relate to me, I'm not gonna watch you. That's just me. Period. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna
because
give you
it makes no sense. You just kind
Yeah,
of, you
yeah.
know,
So I'm gonna give you 15 minutes. If you can hold my attention for 15 minutes, and I'm gonna be there.
then we
So
good.
yeah, we good. So I watched Michelle, and I've been there. I've been watching her a year now. And then she does the Housewives because I'm a Housewife favorite. So
Me too.
I'm there every Sunday night on her channel. So that's why I
Hey,
watch her. And her content is not about the beefs. Her content is about celebrities and other and real issues going on in the world.
see,
So that's why I watch
that
her.
is another avenue to go down without having to fight and cuss everybody.
Yes,
Everybody cuss you.
yes.
That's the thing. And like, look, Kimberly was saying she chooses her words very carefully in the chat so that you can speak about the subject without using the content creator's name or their nickname. What
Yes.
I find with that, when you use a certain subject or the kind of the details of what's going on, you get a lot of newer YouTube people who don't know who that person is. And my thing, I also think that if you put in their name, you're actually pushing people that way
Yeah,
to,
I don't even when somebody talk about another content creator, I just don't even comment. How about that?
yeah. But you
Because
got those people out there, them trolls, they'll comment on any and everybody.
and yeah, and that's why they in the chat doing screenshots.
Yeah.
So when
Oh yeah.
you in somebody else's chat, the troll or the other content creator say, "Hey, you was in that person's chat," they can block you. No. No, I just not commenting. So you ain't gonna make me say
That's killed me with, I don't even know how to do a daggone screenshot.
I just learned.
I mean, because this is not stuff that people do. Or well, I thought that people did. Screenshotting, recording.
Screenshot recording. See, you
I
can't
was
be
even
even.
disappointed in Tasha K recording the conversation between her and Lady T. Her and Lovely T.
Yeah, you can't even have a private conversation. People advosing your emails. I'm like, where they do
Yeah.
that at?
Yeah, I was so disappointed to hear her bring out bring out the recording. But I was like, Tasha, why you do that? But you know what? She felt like she had to step over people to get to where she want to go.
And the same people you stepping on is the ones you gonna be going back up and coming down with them.
Yep, that's true. If you could build your stuff organically without the tricks, without, just asking somebody to come on your thing just because you want them to bring their people with them, and
Well, look at QB.
yeah,
He shouted almost everybody out.
damn near everybody. Even when
Everybody
he's
out.
talking about somebody, he's shouting them out.
And shout them out. So, and I still ain't seen videos. I seen your video, but I still ain't seen videos. I seen Anthony Donna's video. I seen a lot of people
Right?
making videos supporting him.
See, yeah, it just feels really, really sad. I just feel like more people should have said something because it was wrong. And Munch said she only does screenshots on the computer and on her cell phone. You be really doing those screenshots of people in the chat? What if the people never drop down from the bushes? You don't know who's in the chat. I can't see it. Try to. And then what you gonna do with the screenshot? Send it to some. Who you send it to? Or do you just put it in a reference for receipts later on in case you need it? What do you need it for? Oh, I see Tracy in this chat. Let me screenshot that. What? And then what? And then you wind up with a screenshot of somebody being in the chat, and it makes absolutely no difference. But I guess if they talking about the person or something like that, then that makes a big difference. But I don't even think that QB or any other content creator really wants that stuff sent to them, because you have 50 people sending 90 different things. It's just crazy. I don't get it. I don't have time. When I get over here, I be going to work. I ain't got time to screenshot it. You said that's probably hurtful and emotional. Watch, because I did not watch his video. Whose video? QB? QB was just, oh my God. You collect the money, boss. Stop. You collected the screenshot. You got them in order to tab on your computer, taking up space. I can't. I cannot. I can't. That is giving these YouTube streets so much life. I can't do it. Oh, now I figured out how to record the video to get the video. Now, if I see a video that I think eventually is going to pop up later on, that somebody done lied, especially if it's somebody that I actually watch, or that I'm friends or YouTube friends with or whatever. I may save it there and say, look, I don't know if you saw it, but here it go. Because people got this habit of erasing stuff after they decided to put it out there. Yep. His video, oh honey. Did you see Simply Trey's video last night? Late last night, after about 11:30, I was just cruising the streets, as they say. I was just cruising these streets, minding my business, when I saw that Simply Trey was on. He was on the Wrench's backup channel. What is that all about? He was using the Wrench's backup channel called the Wrench Clone, and he was streaming from his channel. What's that all about? How can you stream from somebody else's channel like that? And of course, Tracy was in there, and she called in and all of that. So I don't know how, you can stream. I guess if you log in as them, you can. I don't know. You remember the next time a person say they don't know me, and they talk behind my back. Okay, so wait, if you got them, how do you have them categorized? By name, by screen name, by date, or by subject? Honey, honey, Simply Trey, he lies so badly. How you get up there and say that this source paid QB's light bill, it paid his rent? I'm like, what? Yeah, you're right. He need to leave him alone. I was like, how is the Wrench? How he streaming from the Wrench and stuff? Can you do that? But I guess you can. I still wonder who the wrench is sometimes, but the wrench be putting up some seriously edited videos. I'm like, go ahead on. Yeah, I was wondering he wasn't flagged for it. Yeah, but then again, in order for him to get flagged, the wrench would have to flag him, right? Oh, you mean as far as his channel? Okay. Trey, I don't understand Trey. One minute they saying that he says he just wants to do celebrity issues, and then the next minute it's he wants to do, he back to this sector again. I don't understand. Maybe he felt he can come back because VS won't hear to stream his yearbook photo. Still, I am over it. VS had superpowers. Superpowers of deduction. She she had what? No, they didn't. Singing in another content creators live. Oh my gosh. Lord have mercy. No, now you got a limited performance, but you got it forever saved by the wrench. Lord knows when he gonna put that together with something else. When I saw him have Jason's thing up there and Jason was freaking out, I was like, what in the world? Is that the way people come down off of meth, or what the hell's happening to Jason? I don't understand how he get all his information. I really don't. He must be in the right place at the right time all the damn time. Because that fool always got something up. I'd be like, dang, Rich. How you do that? Yeah, now I can see that Trey is intelligent, but I do not like the narcissism. I don't. And that narcissism does make him very mean and very mean spirited sometimes. And he lets it take him over, in my opinion. It lets him take it over. It lets it take him, well, lets it take over his real, kind of sense. And I just don't get it. It's sad. He called me the fake Whitney Houston. What? Oh my God. You know what? I know you was ready to fight. Oh my goodness. Oh, what, Trey's page got shut down for good? Oh my gosh. That theory got him. Man. Simply Trey, simply Trey. He's too intelligent to be doing this bull. Oh, Andrea, baby, you got to go. All right, sunshine. Thank you for coming on. Love you. Absolutely. We will get together in another live, I'm sure, later. I am sure. Honey, honey, honey. Trey, oh yeah, that's right. He's very young. And I just hate the fact that some of the stuff that he does is going to come back on him later. It's about, in your early 20s, you will never realize how that stuff pops back up later on. My gosh, if I won't busy in my 20s and later on you got something pops up, oh, you used to talk to this guy? And of course my excuse is, I'm sorry, who? What? No, I don't know him. Oh, Jason got his page shut down for good? Oh, we got one for the culture. We got one for the culture. This page is shut down for good. Oh, shuck now. That's what I'm talking about, because that dude was crazy. My gosh. Is it YouTube justice? That thing there. Oh, he needed to be. Oh, Lord. And this is a whole thing. He needed to be because he is damaging to the culture like crazy. My gosh. So yeah, so he got shut down. Mm-hmm. I am wow. Ooh, and looking at all this. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. He gonna get. That's what he gets. Oh my gosh, that's what he gets. Oh wow, he showed his gold. Oh my, ain't that something else, honey? Well. I guess it was about time. He is not only delusional, he is insane. Oh, the page is still up? Okay, Trey's page is still up, right? So devolving culture is gone. Yes, man. I got tired of being called all type of ninjas. I can be ninja. I don't really give a damn. But dude, not by you. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. Oh no. No. He's just something wrong with that dude. I mean, gosh. Now that's the kind of person that really should have been be watching his back. That's exactly what he should be doing. Watching his back. Because good grief. He's just special. Oh my gosh. I don't know. That dude got issues and more issues. And when what you call it, yeah, that jewelry he got ugly. that video that Rich had up, that jewelry was so I was like, well, did somebody tell you that was good? Because that looks ugly. Can you tell us more? Because damn, that's ugly. That old wrench. Oh man. I'm amazed. Oh yeah, so trades is still up. And for devolving culture. Oh, I see. Oh my gosh. I see what he did. Oh, wrench. That is horrible. How can he do that? Oh my, you know what? That's just ridiculous. Oh my God. You say with another Papa John's and Joel Osteen. Oh my gosh. Lord, have mercy. What in the world? You know what? This is these personalities coming out. And my goodness. And you're right, I wouldn't buy it either. It's these daggone crazy personalities popping out of folk and these type of things that they are, the way they are. And that's what's scary to see, what happens and why these people are the way they are. That's exactly what's scary about it because you see, it's just that they don't care. So are they narcissistic? Are they just dangerous? What's going on with that? My goodness. Bluetooth of being him. Yeah, I didn't think that was him. I didn't think that was him. And yeah, his character did get defamed. I definitely don't think that's him. Not at all. So, that's just, I don't know. I didn't think that was the wrench. I like the wrench with his crazy self. Something wrong with him, but I like the wrench. He's very talented in his stuff too. Very talented. So I just don't understand what he or she. I want to know who the wrench is. I definitely want to know who the wrench is. That would be the biggest. That's probably the biggest mystery on YouTube right now. Who is the wrench? That would be funny. What is it they gave a cash? Somebody gave a cash prize. That was everybody would be turning on everybody. I know you the rich Lord. No, I'm not. Yes, you is. I'm gonna turn her in. She's the wrench. Lolo is the wrench. You know it couldn't be me because I can't edit like that. You got to be on your game. Wrench know what they're doing. The wrench, the wrench. I cannot believe that he had nerve. Miss Brown Hester. Who is Miss Brown Hester? Oh my gosh. That's ridiculous. I'm just sorry he did that. I mean, geez. But do we take his fun poking seriously? Mm? What? No, you didn't. You thought it was him in October. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Child, you in there having chat. You can't be having chat feuds in there. Now we can't be doing the chat feuds. That means that he done really pushed your buttons. He done pushed your buttons, but I can see. I can see that he will make you want to push the buttons. I can definitely see that. And you had to block all of his pages, and he only got 15 of them. Dang. Dang, Rich. Oh, Miss Brown Hester is him. Oh, Miss B-Town. That's him too. Oh, okay, wait. So you mod for her. I get it. See, I'm still trying to figure out who everybody is. I just never know. It is always something different. There's so many people. Well, now that I don't mod for QB, I'm kind of like, I think Martin was a little stressful for me. I think it may have been just a little stressful for me. Because whenever he was on, I'd be like, oh no, I got to go on. Let me hurry up. Oh no, I didn't know QB was on. Oh no, let me hurry up. And then I had to figure out how to do it. I was like, oh no, what am I doing? Oh no. So I'm not mad. I won't mad when QB said we're gonna take a break. I was like, whoo, thank God. I was tired. Lord, he was harassing DC. God, he will harass the hell out of you. Oh my gosh. The wrench will definitely he will harass the hell out of you. Oh my gosh. And yeah, he does do that, recording everybody content. Now my question is, how much of a person's or another content creator's content can you safely stream without it being copyright infringement? That's the thing. Is it 10 seconds, 15 seconds? How much can you actually stream before you get in big, big trouble? That was always been what I wondered. I'm still learning all this stuff. I am still learning all of this stuff, honey. My gosh. Hopefully, sooner or later, I will figure it all out. But my goodness. But my dears, we have been on for 2.5 hours just talking stuff. And I better go ahead on and get myself together for work this evening. But I thank you. Oh, look. Yes, modding for certain content creators, it is a big issue for some people who have dislikes against someone, against ones they think is either suspicious or something. And that's not all content creators. You're right. I could say QB had somebody in his chat that I didn't recognize, and it turned out to be his best friend. I was like, oh my Lord. And I guess they said something that it was kind of smart, but because they were friends, they knew what each other was talking about. Whereas I didn't, and I was like, who is you and what you doing? And yeah, I thought the content creators would side with a mod, especially if it was something done out of, mistake. But when somebody comes for your mods and starts, really trying to get at your mods, Oh, hold on a second, sweetie. Somebody's at my door. But I tell you what, we're gonna wrap this up, and I will get with you guys later. I'm sorry to do it so quickly, but Munch, we're gonna talk, baby. All right. See you later, sweetheart. One moment. Coming. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. I was doing YouTube. Oh, sorry. No, I was trying to. I was trying to talk to you about it. You have a good day. Thank you. Shrimp shack. Right on top. Long as we're in here, there you go. Mutual of Omaha. And something from social services. I guess about Nick and Nia. Yeah, I guess about the insurance. We'll see. All right, let me go on here. I don't think I ended my broadcast.